Okay. All right.
Yeah, man, it's probably your music. I can hear you good now.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and switch this over. Okay. Hey, what's up, man? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Welcome to AlphaISM Radio, everybody. I don't know what's been going on with you guys lately, but lately I've been actually kind of excited about evolution and there's some, and it's kind of funny because it's not because of this year; it's actually next year. Of all the announcements that's been made with the new fighting games, it's been kind of hard to keep track of them all. But before I get into that, I gotta, of course, play my new theme song. So here we go. I knew that had to happen. All right, so here's my new theme song.
Good morning, USA. I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. The sun in the sky has a smile on his face, and he's shining a salute to the American race. Oh boy, it's swell to say, good morning, USA. Good morning, USA.
Okay, now back to AlphaISM Radio. That's my new theme song, like it or hate it. All right. Unfortunately, Dimdai, the creator of 2DF, he canceled on me. He's with family, so we were going to try to maybe do it next Sunday. So in place of that, as you guys probably saw on the forums, that I wanted to talk about what we think will be the lineup for next year's Evolution. There's a lot of us. We had a really good discussion yesterday, and what the hell is that noise? Is somebody outside? Is there someone outside?
I don't think so.
Man, niggas out on the chair, I'm listening to the radio.
I mean, seriously. I mean, it's like I'm like hearing. Now I'm getting echoes.
The wind's blowing me.
Hang on a second.
No one has the radio going while they're on the show, is there? Okay. But anyway, also,
That wasn't me.
For the people I'm sorry, what? Hello? Someone say something?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, there's also a new phone number for those of you who may not know it. It is 206-211-2498. Oh my God, that's so empty. Maybe it's me. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hello?
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up? Hold on, let me invite you.
You were talking about the EVO and stuff. You can go ahead, man.
Oh. No, I was just basically talking about, I'm pretty excited about, Evolution for next year. I know that sounds kind of backwards since this year's one hasn't even taken place yet, but, unfortunately, I don't have the funds to go to Evolution this year and go to visit my family in October. So I mean, one of the things had to go, so Evolution went. So, but I do plan on going there next year, and what? Okay, hold on for a second. As I was saying, anyway, I am planning on going next year because it's most likely it's going to be a whole new slew of games that are going to be there, and so in next year, Evolution might be like the first, the first tournaments, serious big tournament for these games. I mean, I'm talking about the likes of Street Fighter 4, King of Fighter 12, possibly BlazBlue or Palm or Tatsunoko versus Capcom if it's out in time. These are all, just a few of the games that are coming out. Of course, you got Tekken 6, Soul Calibur 4. There's a lot. Oh, Ocarina Hearts 2. There's a lot. I had a discussion in Capcom yesterday, which was really cool, and we talked about it. And there's a few of us who believe. There's a few of us that believe. I'm sorry about putting you guys on hold. I didn't mean to do that. But there's a few of us that believe that this year may be the final year for the Star Wars, like CVS 2. Marvel, yeah, I mean, we think that there's a lot of us who think that next year it's going to see them in the most major lineup of game change in years. So,
Oh, it should be.
I'm sorry, what?
It should be. You change.
I can barely hear you. What did you say?
Hang on a second.
All right. Anyway, so am I really breaking up?
I mean,
Sorry, what?
What was that?
Am I breaking up to you guys out there?
Not me.
Nah, not me.
Okay.
Uh.
Okay. But anyway, but I want to, of course, this radio is not about me only, so I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on what you think about, next year being possibly all new. The only game that's probably going to carry over from this year to next year will probably be Super Turbo HD. And all the other ones are really question marks, I am trying to get Ponder on the radio, and but he may have some commitments, so he's going to get back to me. So, because of course, who better to ask than him, right? So, I mean, he may not tell it, he may not even know what his lineup is going to be the next year, but it's always good to get what his line of thinking is. Is it really time for us? Is it really time for us Marbleheads to get into the 21st century and start, learning a new game, or are we still going to stick into the past? That's always been, the kind of the questions that we have to answer because, truthfully speaking, I want us to move forward because, it can't be just about us. I know you guys that are listening right now out there, and the guys that are on the radio with me, we all love the older games, but if we have any hope of resurrecting the fighting game scene in the mainstream, then we really got to move forward with the time. Not to say that we have to give it up, what we like, but, showing someone Marvel 2 or CVS 2, that's akin to someone coming up to you and say, hey, look Tetris on Game Boy. Fun game, but, is that really going to appeal to those who weren't around during the Street Fighter generation? We all can appreciate it because we were around for most of it, but for the people that are the next generation of people, that may not be the case. So, what do you guys think on the radio?
I mean, that's gonna be a lot of fresh blood, man.
Which is good, right? That's what we want. We want fresh blood, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not really. I'm just getting out into fighting games, and can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear
Okay. So I'm just now getting into fighting games, and all these old games, man. It's kind of hard to just be consistent with them when you're not good at them in the first place. Um, Games like TVC, I'm really, really psyched up about TVC. Uh, these games that are, things like Street Fighter 4 with the new graphics that's coming out with it. I think that's gonna attract new gamers because I play Marvel and now I'm playing Third Strike 2, and it's hard to get people to play with me, man. It's really hard because everybody's into the Halos and the Maddens and things like that. And it's just fighting games really have a hard time now.
So, by the way, this question really goes not just to the people on the radio, but you guys out there. You guys might know I have a new number, 206-201-2498. Let me ask this question, put this question before all of us right now. What must we do to make fighting games a relevant genre in video games again? Not just a niche thing for us, old heads, who've been around since 1987 when Street Fighter 1 came out.
I think the titles for those like Street Fighter 4. It's like oh snap, new Street Fighter coming out. They might get as opportunity to even get themselves back into it because it's like Street Fighter is like a main it's like a main course here in America because it's been around for like all these years and people trying to like get back into it and then end up having new people on it, having people who like Street Fighter 2 but didn't go to no tournaments or didn't take it professionally or anything like that. So I mean, stuff like that. And then TVC, like you said, is gonna be hot. I don't know if it's coming to America because that's just more people coming in.
But here's the thing, though. This is it's been 10 years in between Third Strike and Street Fighter 4. So there's an entire generation of young gamers who never really know. I mean, they may know of Street Fighter, but they don't know really anything about it because there's been such a gap, a decade gap in between the games that kids that are 14, 15, 16, 17, they're not going to remember Third Strike when they're 6 years old or 5 years old, 4 years old. So,
I do. I'm 18. I do.
So what can we do? Street Fighter Road Tour. Well, that's not bad. But this is a new era now. The last Street Fighter game that came out, the arcade thing was still decent. Now everything is online. So now that part is out of our hands. We can't really do anything about that and making it a good online experience. Although, we pleaded with the Capcom people to make netcode a priority.
I was just saying, is this Street Fighter 4 gonna be on probably because it's on PC or like all the next gen consoles hooked up online and stuff like that? Can't just ain't we gonna have some net play going on over there?
I think every fighting game from here on out is going to be online. I think it's just like training mode. I think that every fighting game from here on out is going to have an online component to it. So, but again, fighting games being so finicky, when it comes to lag and stuff, we're hoping that Super Turbo and later on Street Fighter 4 is going to have great online play. But, we can't be sure. But if it is good online play, then what can we do? What can we do to start basically a new online community of new Street Fighter heads?
Assholes, pretty
We're
much.
gonna have to start doing pal money pots or something.
What did you say, Bronco?
I said they probably have to do some PayPal money pots or something to get that online money.
right, anyway. Man, you guys are like statues out, besides...
Testing.
Okay.
Can somebody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Damn, what the hell was going on, yo?
Seriously, though, PayPal money.
PayPal. Okay. What about you, Bronson? What you think?
What do I think? Oh, let's see. There's about, 9 new fighting games coming out before the end of the year, pretty much. It's not just Street Fighter 4 and Super Turbo. It's like, there's a bunch of other ones coming out, and you can spread it out more. There's a lot more chances to build a community with, like, so many new games coming out.
Is it, you know what, is it one of those things, maybe, here's an idea, and just something just to throw around, but maybe we need to look at the bigger picture, Maybe we need to start an online community not just for Street Fighter, but really an online community for all the new games that are coming out. Give one central hub where everyone can go to find competition, to get tips, to have online guides, stuff like that. That could benefit everybody, including a Street Fighter head. What do you guys think about that?
I think that's like a great idea because out of those 9 games, it's something it's gotta be like something that'll like appeal to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's something for everybody.
It's
coming
gotta
out,
be something.
at the very least.
Blaz coming out later on this year. ED Madness, Street Fighter 4, TBC, what's that new one?
King of Fighters 12,
King of Fighters 12, everything.
new Tekken, new Soul Calibur, all that stuff. There's a bunch of stuff.
Everybody, and Duty has Guilty Gear players, it goes over everything.
Well, here's the thing. Creating the forum, I can create a forum for all of that. For that will list. Just like if you go on the AlphaISM.com and you click the forums link, you'll see all of the older titles there. But I can definitely do a separate site that has all of the newest titles there. But here's the kicker. The kicker is that we got to get everybody involved. That forum will be a ghost town if everyone doesn't participate.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a chicken and the egg type of thing. If you don't have anyone, what if they go there? If they don't see anything, they're gonna leave and never come back. So we gotta make sure that we're on there and we get everybody mobilized around it. I am seriously talking about every single game that we release this year and next year, fighting games. Whether it's Soul Calibur 4, Tekken 6, they'll all be on there. The idea is to have a cross pollination of players, where let me check out Tasno versus Capcom, or let me check out Soul Calibur 4. It benefits everybody because you're gonna see all these games on there, and I think that's probably is the reason why it isn't why the fighting game community isn't mainstream. It's just a niche thing because you can using first-person shooters. Most everybody that's played Gears of War has played Halo. You know what I'm saying? Everyone that's played Halo has played, our what's that one? What's the most famous first-person shooter that they always
Doom?
talk about? Huh?
You talking about Doom or something?
No, not that old.
Call of Duty 4.
Call of Duty 4.
Well, yeah, Call of Duty 4. But I was thinking of the PC title. But the point's been made that it's one of those things where if we manage to get everybody to coalesce around it and really back it, it's I'm not just talking about those in the SRK community. I'm talking about those in the Virtual Fighter community. I put that on there. There's another version of Virtual Fighter coming out, right?
Yes.
So it's for everybody. It's for all the new games. No old games. We're not going back to the past. We already have forums for the old games. This is just.
I like you. I like what you're doing, Ben. Trying to like put out the new games coming out instead of like the old games that've been out for over a decade now.
Right, because they already have their own forums.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this, that'd be redundant to put it on this one. We want to move forward because that's the thing. If we want to get more new blood, we're gonna have to move forward. We got to get.
Yo, Ben, you like breaking up?
Yeah, you're breaking up pretty bad.
Am I? Oh yeah.
Uh oh, somebody need a ringtone. Ching-a-ling-a-ling.
Wow.
Speaking of which, you can find my phone.
Thank you, P Chronic. P Chronic just gave me a list and all the games that are coming out. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix, Street Fighter 4, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, Battle Fantasia, King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match, King of Fighters 12, Tekken 6, Soul Calibur 4, Virtua Fighter 5R, Arcane Heart 2, Samurai Spirits, Edge of Destiny. Sound about right?
And the new Melted Blood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, new Melty Blood too. So that's 12 games. Like
sorry.
9 of which.
And then about a good majority of them is like 2D. So
Yeah.
you know, so 2D is pretty much still alive in the community. It just when people, it's all about us. We gotta like. I think what Ben is doing, we trying to make a movement with the new fighting games. That's why I hope for for Wizards' sake, trying to get rid of the old games. This should be the last year Evolution should have these games, with the exception for probably Guilty Gear. Because Guilty Gear
I think
is still.
it should be brand new
Guilty Gear
games for 09. No old games, to be honest.
Here's the thing is, I mean, even though technically it's not a sequel, but to me, I mean, even Action Core, I mean, that's been out for 2 years, almost 2 years now. So, I mean, it's getting a little longer too. The newest game from Arc Systems is BlazBlue. I mean, so.
Right.
I think that we should. One of the nice things is I'm betting on this. I'm hoping that Capcom and Arc Systems would be smart enough not to put any type of region encoding for the PlayStation 3 version. That's the one advantage that PlayStation 3 has over any other system, including the PlayStation 2. Is that
It's region free.
It would be a dream that we don't have to worry about going out and getting Japanese PlayStation 2s or whatever. It's just we can all just bring our games there. That would be
Burn games. I'm on it.
Close on.
I've never bought a Japanese game. I'd burn them. I'm serious.
Damn pirates.
Pirates.
So
I got an iPad on.
All right. Rob says
I do it too.
Rob says he cannot hear me. Okay, give me 1 second. I have to.
All right.
Yo, in the meantime, I just want to make an apology to all the Brazilians out there. The last show, I kind of disrespected them, talking about they suck and they're assholes and they cheat a lot. But I wasn't like directly saying all Brazilians, because that same day I had a pretty bad day. Since when GGPO was down that day, I was like, okay, let me try 2DF. So I went to play 2DF, and I was playing X-Men vs Street Fighter, and I was like 4 Brazilians, and every time I do a combo, it's like they lag. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I was like, you know what? Fuck Brazilians. That's what I said. But I'm not addressing that to all the Brazilians out there. I know there's a few good players that are from Brazil or South America. So shout outs to y'all. But for those that want to lag while getting comboed or whatever, fuck y'all.
Okay.
I just thought about that. That's why I avoided them on 2DF today, because of what you said last time.
So, for those of you out there, there are in the AlphaISM Radio channel. How is this for my voice? Because I know I can see it on this pictograph here that for some reason I don't know why, but the way the software is worked up is that my mic comes through very soft and everyone comes in loud, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Wait, hold on. Ben, I think I know the situation. Go to the volume control, and then you're gonna go to option, properties, and then you're gonna hit the adjust volume for recording. And I want you to see where it's checked, you see it checked at.
Properties.
Adjust volume for recording.
Well, I know that's a lot better, but there's going to be some feedback, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, so you fixed it. Okay, so.
Yeah, but I tried this mode before, but it's like I think it's going to start a feedback loop, but we'll try it.
I mean, I can hear you better though. So.
I'll be right back. I gotta take a piss.
All right. In the meantime, while he's gone, it's a pretty good weekend. In case you guys didn't know, for all the Marvel fans out there, you know there was a money match between Mike Infinite and forgot the guy's name. Basically, you know, New York drama and all that shit. Also, there's a certain person. Yeah, man. If you have his MySpace, you would know who it is. I'm not gonna say any names, but a certain person, man. I feel kind of sad for him. His girlfriend hacked his MySpace, yo. Hacked his MySpace and then made a random ass post about how he has a baby dick and he can't please his woman. Oh, she wrote that. She wrote that.
Mini me.
So we were trying to get down to the bottom of it. I contacted his friend. Well, actually, another friend of mine's contacted him, and they got a picture of him getting scratched up. Basically, they had a big fight. I think what happened is he called her fat. So, yeah. Knowing him, knowing the way he talks shit, I know exactly how he would have said it. He probably would have said, like, damn, yo, you like an amigo or something, yo. and then like, you low tier bitch. And then, yeah, I could see that. But, yo, man, shout out to him, though, man. I know he had a pretty bad day. But, yeah, I can't let that shit happen to me, though. I might have to choke a bit, yo.
All right, I'm back.
Let a girl scratch me, though, for real. Let a girl scratch me. For real.
All right.
Ben, you're back. How's the piss? You piss good?
Yes. I'm diabetic. So I piss every 30 minutes.
That was a real fast yes, son.
What?
Yeah, man.
What did you say?
All right.
Yes.
But you know what? And another thing though is one of the things I like. One of the things I also want to talk about is TVC, only because I mean this is assuming, of course, the game is good, right? But I think it's good because it's going to expose American players to Japanese culture. If there's one thing that bugs me about a lot of the people that I meet, especially on SRK, is that some people are really uncultured. They have no idea. They have a very, very narrow view of the freaking world. And you know, I mean, even though that it may look a little bit funny, but you know, but the good thing about this is we're getting cultured by bringing back some figures, Japanese animation shows that we've grown up to like Speed Racer.
Racer.
It's like, yeah, I mean, so it's good that people get cultured and think outside of Marvel and DC. Not to say they're going to forget about them. Of course, we're going to remember them, you know. But also remember that if this game, remember, it's just like with anything else. I always says, if we all go out there and we buy this game and we really, then that means that opens up the possibilities for almost anything, including another Marvel title or another DC title or even Guilty Gear crossover, which I've always thought we would probably see. But
Ben, Peon does have a good point. Anime is not really that cultural, just to give you the heads up on that.
I think it is because, the thing about it is that when I ask people, why don't you play, when it says, why don't you play, Guilty Gear? And I always hear it, the characters look strange and everything. Like Blanca doesn't. Blanca doesn't look like, does he look like Tom Cruise or what? What's going on here? I'm thinking back about why people want to play Guilty Gear. They don't give the game a chance. I'm going, why? The characters look strange.
What?
I'm going, what the fuck, man? It's a video game. It's not Street Fighter the movie, thank goodness. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. It seems like people have a very narrow view of of fighting
Hot
games.
chicks about in front of my. I'll be right back, guys. Hold on.
Yo, man, I get that so many times. I try to ask people, like, get on Guilty Gear, and it's like, nah, man, it look whack. What? just because there ain't no Capcom characters or nobody that you know, because, see, people are already attracted, first of all, by what they already know about.
Right, and that's what I'm talking about. They're uncultured. See, they don't. They only like what they know, and even most of them don't even know what they like, So it's one of those things. And here's another thing. There's another myth number 2 about Guilty Gear. Only homosexuals play it.
That's not a myth.
Okay.
Not a myth.
Let me go get Ricky and ask him what games he plays. Oh, let me get Jamie Austin and then ask him what games he play. What's wrong now?
He or she.
I'm not getting into a
anymore.
debate. I don't want to be here until 10 p.m. talking about whether or not. I'm gonna call it because technically everything can be called it. That is a non-personal pronoun.
I know Jamie Austin's pretty tall. He got that Adam's apple is like kind of scary.
Yeah.
Yo, but Guilty Gear, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's a good game, but it's like, I don't know. It's just I can't get into it.
No. Let me ask you, what about the game you can't get into? It has everything that Street Fighter has.
It does. No, I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying I play the game. I know how to do combos and shit. I know what a force Roman cancel is. I know what it is, but I don't know. I get bored real quick.
Well, by the way, let me also address something about Bridget, about the girl that dresses as a boy, or boy dresses as a girl.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, flip that.
I mean, anyway, but that really does happen because I have a coworker who is Chinese, and back when she was small, her parents did dress her as a boy, or try to pass her off as a boy. So actually, it's not unheard of, and it is, and here's the thing. That's what I'm talking about being uncultured. You got to know things like this. I mean, people have such a narrow view; they don't understand that there's more than what goes on in the 3-mile radius of your apartment. And it says Guilty Gear is kind of whack. Okay, I want to hear how Guilty Gear is whack.
Yo, I think I know why.
It moves too fast. I'm sorry, it moves too fast.
What you say? It moves too fast?
No, I'm just
Moves too
being
fast, my baby.
facetious.
I'm slow. I'm a bit slow in the head, so.
Yo, Guilty Gear is not fast nor is slow. I can see their combos. Shit. I mean, come on, Marvel. I mean, if you see a game faster than Marvel, then yeah, it's fast. But I don't know. I don't think any game is faster than Marvel at this point. Well, the way that they played it. But yo, Guilty Gear is not. See, it's cool. I like Guilty Gear. I remember like the Guilty Gear XX, like the actual regular one.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually fun.
The regular one.
Yeah, right. The regular one was fun.
I mean, which version? I mean, you got Guilty Gear. You have Guilty Gear X. You have Guilty Gear X 1.5. You got Guilty Gear XX. Then you have Guilty Gear X Red Reload, Blue Reload,
Red Reload.
then Slash, then Action Core. What's up?
The thing.
I like XX. I like XX.
XX is broken.
I like
you see Eddie, you think Sentinel is bad in Marvel too? You should just watch some of the old
It's all about
XX
soul,
videos.
dust loops, baby. Easiest dust loops ever, yo.
Gosh, man. I mean, it was ridiculous how popular he is. I mean, he was nerfed just a little bit for Reload Blue. I mean, but then still he was. So, I mean, now everyone is crying about it. Here's the thing about it is it, I mean, I asked this question Saturday. Is it really to the point where we live in a culture where if there's not a question, if it's not a character that we can't abuse something out of it, the game was whack?
Yes. Pretty much.
Are we really deteriorated to that type of culture?
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, then you know what? AlphaISM Radio is done. Thank you guys for joining us. Because I mean, seriously, I have that's really some bullshit, you know. And I'm like, and I give a good example. Like yesterday, you know, we were talking about, you know, Virtua Fighter 5. Virtua Fighter, I still don't have a clue why this game does not do well in America. It has the graphics, it has the play mechanics, it has the history. You know, it's for some reason it's just like kryptonite to most of the fighting gamers. I mean, they just like they don't want. I mean, I play it. I mean, I play Sarah because she's scrub friendly. That bitch will kick you in the fucking head and you won't even realize it.
It just has the impression of being a hard game because it's more technical, but it's not hard to play at all. But people have that impression and it scares them a bit.
Well, okay, these are the same people that will gladly play me in chess, and they're gonna complain about Virtua Fighter 5 being technical.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't, because it's really just a dirt easy game to play, and it's a lot of fun. I don't really see why it's failed ever. I mean, Virtua Fighter 5 sold pretty well. Virtua Fighter 4 sold like 1 million copies here, both versions, so I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened.
Wow.
Yo, Virtua Fighter 5 is like mad technical though. It's like
but I mean, really, if you think about Virtua Fighter 5 is mad technical. I can accept that. How is Marvel not mad technical in high level play?
Because like in Marvel, seriously, like in Marvel, like the combos they were doing is just like.
But you still gotta be
more advanced. I think it's like more advanced than you think. You know,
right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It is more advanced.
Combos.
I mean, what I'm saying is, I can't do none of the shit. I've watched Jipes play Magneto. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, I don't know what the fuck he does with Magneto.
Yo,
I mean,
like honestly, like Jipes like the most technical player in Marvel. He's definitely the most technical player in Marvel.
I mean, I've seen him do combos where he call out Storm's assist and it hits you in the back and he pushes your character forward towards him into Tempest. I'm like, I've never seen shit like that before. You know, I'm sorry. I mean, it's not like I mean, I'm no pro in Marvel either, but I know that it's still a highly technical game. I mean, okay, High Third Strike, how is that not a highly technical game?
Because Third Strike is random.
You know what? There is a degree of randomness.
Third Strike's not random.
I do parries in that game on accident every 10 seconds or so. On accident, I do parries.
So do I.
I mean, it's great though because I'm like, oh, it's a free hit now. I mean, I parried that shit.
Yeah, free basketball.
I mean, seriously, you know. But man, but I'm just saying is that if the game is technical, but I don't know. I mean, if the game isn't technical, then wouldn't that be just you got what Super Smash Brothers Brawl?
Oh man, yeah, sure, yeah, good one.
Yeah.
I mean, I read the thread yesterday, and here's the thing.
Oh shit.
The game, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think the game is going to have a good turnout.
It should have the best turnout.
It should. But I think
keyword should.
I think the finals are going to be anticlimactic.
No, wait, hold on, no, I don't think so. You know, because they're gonna boycott it, yo. Because you know,
they're not gonna fucking boycott.
Yo, Wizard added items, and then also, as a matter of fact, they like in Smash Boards. I read what they talking about at EVO. They was like, man, you know, like they should have added melee. They should have kept melee instead of Brawl.
Now, see, here we go. Do you guys remember the show I had back in, February?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, when I asked, I said, is it really a good idea to put a game that hasn't even been proven as tournament worthy? I think some of you do remember me saying that. I'm going, and I said, poof, now it is just the situation. And I don't know. It's going to be interesting, though, because unlike Guilty Gear, when the Guilty Gear crew wanted Accent Core over Slash, I don't think that Wizard or Ponder I don't think any of them are going to budge on it. I think it's still going to be Brawl all the way through.
It should be Brawl. There's no reason for it not to be Brawl. I mean, the reasons they have are like ridiculously minuscule and pretty much useless.
I don't care if it's either. I wish in the end they should just put Guilty Gear instead of Brawl.
But you know what? Here's the thing though is I just don't want. I mean,
Even
I have
Virtua
never
5,
played. I have never played Super Smash Brothers. But I don't want to get to the finals and watch somebody throw an item at the dude and set the dude on fire. But bing, we have a new winner. Congratulations on your. I'm like, what?
Yeah, yo, what if an item just drops on the character, yo? Seriously. And then also with Brawl, like, it's like random slips, yo. I see like top players matches and they just see him slip and fall. I'm like,
Slip and fall. Wait. Repeat
you
that.
didn't know that? You didn't
No,
know that?
no. Repeat that. How can you slip and fall?
Yeah, you slip and fall on your face.
You
didn't
talking
know that?
about in high level
they can
play?
slip.
We got motherfuckers slipping and falling off the damn cliff.
Yes.
No, not on the clip. Not on the clip.
Just
I mean,
on the stage.
On the stage.
Hey.
How can you slip and fall though?
I
It's
don't know,
slippery.
but I see it like the whole match is like slip and fall. They can't even do fast stuff. They got to take their time.
Okay, and here's another question. Here's another thing. I remember reading something where I forgot who it was from Nintendo. They said that they intentionally made this game anti-tournament worthy,
Exactly. And then I guess
they succeeded from what I've seen.
And then the Melee fans like, oh man, this game gonna be so hot in the tournaments. I'm like, dude, just read what. I'm like, wait till the game come out. Yo, let me say. Well, for example, this guy named Cynical. Y'all know who Cynical is, if y'all.
Yeah, I know who he is.
All right, yo, he goes on insisting for like 3 months straight. He's like, I can't wait to play Brawl. And yo, I know him personally. He lived like 10 minutes away from me, yo. Like, let me see what the game did to him. He played the game when it came out, when we this LAN center burned a copy and they let us come invite him and play while he charged like people $30 or whatever. So we was like playing the game and shit. I mean, I didn't mind because I sucked in Melee, so I'll play like how I always play. But him, he can't do none of that wave dashing anything. He just like after 3 games, he just like, you know what, I'm done. I ain't playing this no more. So now he's like working out and he's like cock diesel, like Kimbo Slice diesel, all because of Brawl, all because of what Brawl did to him.
So wait a minute. So let me understand you. So I'm reading what Rob 2.0 saying. If you dash too much, you'll fall.
Yeah.
Is that not? If that isn't if that's not a blatant attempt by Nintendo to break the game, I don't know what is. What does that mean? Well, how would Marvel look like if Magneto dashed too fast and he just falls on his ass?
Dash. He's not even on the ground.
That'd be excellent.
Not only that, you could get Magneto could get OTG'd for falling on the ground. Man, you said, wouldn't that just basically ruin Marvel? I mean, how could you? So now here's the thing though, because had we known that, I was wondering. I mean, hindsight is 20/20, but had they known about this in January, I wonder if they would have made the same decision to put Brawl there, because that's pretty lame. Okay, the game is going to get a good turnout, but the game itself is trash. That's basically what I've read in that article. The game is trash. It'll get a good turnout for Evolution, but man, I just hope that it's maybe in a separate room, like down the basement, like away from the people. Yeah.
So no one has to see.
No one has to see. I mean that is. I don't play Super Smash Brothers, and I'm just appalled. I'm going, how the fuck can you put something in the game where if you dash too fast, you're gonna fall on your ass?
Yeah, this kind of changed my mind. I think because I didn't know about that before, so they probably should switch. To be honest, because that's pretty absurd.
I gotta get Ponder on the radio because I gotta ask him about this.
Guys, hold on, I can see it right now. Like, it's a close match. Like, one big hit. Like, they dead. High percentage. Oh, I slipped. Oops. Oh, I slipped. Oops. I get forward smash. Oh, that's game. Oh, that's on game.
You know what? Maybe you should put that on the big screen because, if anything, it'd be a great comic relief. As people want point and laugh at it, and they're like, okay, let's get back to business.
And you could put the circus music over it. I can't remember what the name of it is, but the chase scene music. Yeah.
Man, I swear to God.
Oh my gosh! If there's anyone out there that plays Super Smash Brothers Brawl, And they think that regardless of how many, you and people turn out for, that it's a great game. I'd like to hear from you. My phone number is 206-201-2498. I want to hear the other side of it on what's great about Super Smash Bros. Brawl, because educate me, or educate the other listeners, and let us know why this game is so great to play. Because I read that thread. I spent about 45 minutes reading that thread. And, I mean, even the people that defended Brawl didn't really have a leg to stand on. It should be Brawl, period, post. Okay. Okay. Can I get some reasonings behind that? Because it's the newest thing.
Yo, they got like...
Okay.
They got something like a direct connect channel. If somebody has direct connect, they can like go to the Super Smash Bros. Channel and tell them about the radio, and we're talking about Brawl sucks and shit.
That would be nice. Can someone do that?
I don't know. I'll guarantee one of them will come up and defend it.
I mean, is there anybody
I just gotta
with?
download everything. I'll do it. Just give me some time though. I gotta download the thing.
I mean, is there anybody out there that has a Wii and can get on and let the Smash Brothers people know that there's a show up, and we want to get some Brawl defenders on the radio, and I'll even come back at a later time. I just want to hear the other side of the story.
Hey Ben, here it is. He's showing us the video of someone lost because of a slip and fall.
Okay, so let me take a look at this video. I know it's gonna be some bullshit.
Rush into YouTube.
It's to infinity, yo. Miami representing, Marvel players.
How far is it?
It's in 6 minutes.
6 minutes, 11 seconds.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
The hell was that like a... Ben, what the hell is that?
That's the video!
Are you serious?
That's the video, I'm playing.
Is that a...
I hope this is the music from the game.
Anime music video.
I didn't see it, but okay.
Oh my god, that's sad. That's so sad.
I don't know what the hell that was, but okay. Wow. Nintendo really did try its best to sabotage this game, didn't they? I mean, I'd rather take the Super Mario Brothers theme song over that.
Oh god.
I see
Shit
it.
hurt my ears.
You know what? I'd rather take the Final Fantasy VIII song, the love song, over that, which I do have on my playlist, by the way. But I won't subject you guys to that because.
Thank God. But yeah, that was bad. This dude just tripped right into the hammer.
See, he just ran up to him and just fell.
Is it in slow? When it's slow?
If I paid that much money, I could have taken that loss. No, I would have punched somebody in the face.
Wait. So this is the right video. Is it the slow motion part of it?
Yeah, when it's like the slow motion part.
Okay, let me get
Yeah, he falls forward into DDD's hammer, and then he's.
He did. The nigga fell. Oh my god. All right.
He fell right into the hammer. Yeah.
That to me is an indicator to take the game out, go in the backyard, get a shovel,
bury it.
Yeah, exactly, bury it. You can bury it, put it right beside the Virtual Boy.
Don't do that. Sell that on eBay.
Sell it on eBay for 99 cents, and you're gonna get a winner with $1.03.
No, dude, you can get like $100 for Virtual Boy now on eBay. You can get way too much money for that shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anybody that's willing to pay $100 for Virtual Boy, I got some gold for you in Kentucky. That's really it, you know.
All right, hold on. Let me go to Smashboards and research. All right, let's see. Where would they put this place at?
Yeah. But like, what do you do in a situation like this? Do you replace it with Melee, or do you just take Smash out entirely? I mean, I don't know.
You know what? It would be unfair to the community if they were just to take the game out.
Wow, yo.
It absolutely would.
It would really, it would piss everybody off to no fucking end.
It'd be
Why is the most
such
popular
addictive
thread
shit.
in Smash it's Gay Smashers? I'm looking at the title, right? The most popular thread is Gay Smashers. No lie.
Gay smashers.
Oh dear.
I'm there.
You know what? I thought it wouldn't be too long before we get a
I'm looking
homosexual
right at it,
themed
okay.
game. I mean,
Okay.
hey, what's up, Kai? Kai.
What's up, man?
Hey, fuck Law and Order.
What up,
We
Kai?
having a serious discussion right now.
Oh, yo, hold on, Colin. Who you know that like Brawl over there?
I don't know. I don't really. It's a lot of players over there that play Smash for like forever, but I don't really hang out with those dudes.
I'm trying to find. Don't you have the Do you have the direct connect where they like go to like it's like it's like IRC for them. I need to find it. I know they had it though.
Why you gotta diss Law and Order for? What's the fuck?
No, I mean, the radio is more important than Law and Order. Law and Order is like number 3.
No.
My T-roll is down, man,
Your TiVo. Your TiVo is
and my
down.
360 is down.
What's wrong with your
Okay.
360?
It's
I fucked it up.
360 Red Ring. Yeah.
How did you fuck it up?
I can't. I'm not gonna really say because you know if Microsoft is listening, they're not gonna repair my shit for me. So you know.
Oh,
It red.
wow.
It overheated and red ringed. That's the official story.
He saw the red ring of death.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Wink, wink.
That's exactly
Okay.
what happened.
Oh yeah, Red Reload. I forgot. I remember that game. That's when Tragic was showing me the infant.
I don't even remember Red Reload. I don't even. Let me see.
It was just broken.
You know what? More I thought about it, more it might have been not a good idea to have a show tonight because I forgot that the Celtics Lakers.
You got
played
the
tonight.
video.
Celtics Lakers played tonight. I forgot all about that.
Yeah,
You
Red
just do
Reload.
live commentary on the game.
Yeah, or
I suck at that. Although if one of you want to do it, that's fine. It's
Still
still
on a
But you
bad
can,
show.
like, you can use like fighting game talk to explain what's going on.
You mean like they did with?
No, that was just awful because you know.
Yeah. That was
Kobe
awful.
Perry's for the 3. Nothing but net.
No.
Okay. Anyway, I told you I was horrible. Anyway, moving on. I wanted to talk about okay. There was a situation about a week ago. I don't know. Some of you guys might be in the SRK Calera channel, and
No.
I got into an argument with Lee Waldo. Lee Waldo, up until that point, I thought was a cool dude. All right.
Wait, what happened?
Okay,
What happened?
he said I was talking about 2DF. 2DF, for people who didn't know, 2DF was down for about a day and a half because there was an explosion at the center where the server was located. All right,
Kind of
so
valid excuse.
I mean, so yeah, that's a valid excuse. So it had nothing to do with him. So, you know, and I'm like, you know, it's kind of fun. Like 2DF is really, really, you know, pretty cool for only being out a couple of months. And he goes, well, 2DF is useless. I go, 2DF is useless. Why? It's like because. I mean, and then he's like, let me actually pull up the logs. Give me 1 second. You guys can talk among yourselves because this shit is gold. 1 second. It's okay.
Well,
come
Raw
on.
though, he's really bad at arguing. Like he just like
No. Killing somebody is bad. You know, he's hopeless. I mean, seriously, he's freaking hopeless. All right.
So wait, so I don't get it though. What was the argument about?
Well, we were arguing because he was saying that 2DF was useless. I'm like, well, name another place, name another piece of software where all the Kyleras can players can get together in the same manner they do on GGPO. He wouldn't answer the question.
Is there another one? I don't even think.
I don't know of any. I mean, please, if you know.
The problem is that everybody wants to compare the two different programs together. I mean, he shouldn't be doing that at all.
Okay, so here's the conversation.
Wait, you had a conversation?
Okay, here we go. He goes, it's a shitty lobby put on top of a good emulator. That's what he said.
Wow.
And I go, and GGPO is perfect? I was like, and I think it's amazing work for being off for so little time. And he goes, well, I never said GGPO was perfect. In fact, for short distances, I prefer NFBA to GGPO. I'm like, so what's your problem? Your problem is with the netcode, something that doesn't really involve the guy. He just makes the chat client. He says, no, my problem is with 2DF being a shitty lobby. It's like, how is it a shitty lobby?
How do you make a shitty lobby?
And, so I asked him, it's like, and then he goes, GGPO's lobby is pretty bad, but it's necessary. There is no GGPO without the lobby. On the flip side, though, 2DF is completely unnecessary. And I go, and I say, is it really? I can remember several people were missing the fact that Kylera doesn't have a lobby client like GGPO does, so players can gather for tournaments and as such, especially when GGPO first came out. And he goes, not sure exactly what you're saying. I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know what remissing means. I says, oh goodness. I say remissing means regretting. Yes, you can use RC and such, but from my standpoint, 2DF has made Kylera matches within the community a lot more convenient. And then he goes, I can't see why anyone would like it. I'm like, it's just excess bloat, 100% unnecessary. So I responded, and I said, but you haven't provided me with the reason why it's unnecessary. There is no alternative. And then ESPA Duck said, some people use it because they don't like sitting on RC all the damn time and can get on when they want to play, like GGPO. So Lee Walder goes, I did provide you with the reason, Bunkei. I'm like, what reason did you fucking provide me? So I said, it sounds like you're just hating for really no good reason. GGPO isn't necessary to live life either. And he goes, now you're just being silly, Bunk. I'm like, oh, you stupid son of a... Okay, so I go on with... So this argument goes...
No, that's how he argues. He doesn't really have any real points. He just gets mad and he randomly hates something. He doesn't have a real reason to really tell you why he hates it. He just decides he hates it.
So I asked him a really simple question. I says... He asked me, and none of your reasons are valid for why it should exist. And I go, let's see, there's no alternative for Kylera players. I think that's a valid reason. And then he goes, no alternative? What are you talking about?
All you have to do is say universal lobby. That's all you need.
Oh my God. So we basically went back and forth. I'm not going to bore you, with the details. But basically, he's acting like he's really trying to be dense, like not understanding what I'm saying. I'm just making a point that there is no other client like GGPO for Kylera other than 2DF. It's like, so he goes back and forth and talking about that it's useless and that I can't even explain his side of the story because he doesn't fucking have one.
Hey Ben.
What?
Did you want to punch him in the face?
Shoot. No, I mean, I left the channel. I mean, I'm never going back in there.
It's a no burn knuckle. Okay.
I de-opt myself and told him you can have your fucking ops. But anyway, so yeah, so the moral of the story is don't get in an argument with him. He doesn't have a leg to stand on.
And that I'm awesome.
But for those of you who haven't tried out 2DF, it is really quite good. And
2DF got JoJo's. That's all it needs.
Yeah, I mean, it has games that GGPO doesn't. Although there's a lot of, but on Third Strike though, I had a better experience on GGPO than I did on 2DF. But that's again not the problem of the guy who made the client. That's just Kylera. But you know what? has improved tremendously. You know, than when I played years back. You know, we are getting to that point where, you know, it almost feels offline. Okay, hold on. Can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, welcome back, Shinobi. I think you need a new microphone.
For me?
Yeah.
This was pretty
Walmart.
cheap.
Walmart.
Make a Walmart trip, man. We'll save you spot.
Walk your way.
I got this one from Walmart. I got this
Well, go back. You know, go back and get. You know, I mean, just go back and get a headset, man.
Seriously, it was looking pretty bad out here, and it was like a little cloud, and then my computer was like, oh, you know what, man, fuck this connection, I'm gonna disconnect. I'm like, what? I had to restart my computer and everything.
What?
Wait, hold on. You don't make sense. You talking about a cloud making your computer restart? What?
No, man, it was my wireless connection. Okay, for those who don't know, and most of you don't, I don't have an internet connection. This one's stolen.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas still now, man.
That's
Hey.
shit
It's
right
still
there.
my internet.
So someone was.
And I want to say something about 2DF.
Okay,
Oh.
give me one second. So someone was so naive that they didn't encrypt their wireless network, so you just hacked into it.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Okay.
If you encrypt it, you can still get into it.
Yeah.
It was encrypted, no WEP,
Pretty
no
unsafe.
WEP. Was just out there.
No fun.
Wow. So right now you could be downloading movies through him and he wouldn't know it.
He might feel it. He'll just gonna be like,
He'll feel it in his soul.
yeah, he goes,
Somebody stole your connection. Damn.
yeah. Oh, see, he got fucked over.
Well, see, now I understand, and now I understand it may not be his microphone because wireless
Yeah.
connections are shitty by virtue.
Yeah,
I'm on
one of those
wireless.
drop packets.
I mean, it's like one step above like 56K/ISDN, you know. All right. So anyway, okay. What did you want to say about 2DF? Okay.
Yeah, I want to say a lot of people, they try to compare the netcode. Now, I'm not a big fan of the netcode when it comes to distances. You know, you can definitely feel more of a delay. But I was thinking, even if STHD comes out and it feels anything like that, I would be happy. I wouldn't even complain.
Yeah, you won't get an argument out of me. I mean, it definitely could be improved, but if
It's not hyper fighting.
right, exactly. I mean, because I played on it. I played against Saber, who's in Arizona, and I'm in Washington State, and we had flawless matches. So, I've heard what would have been told to me is that for lower pings, that Calera is better, but for over longer distances, GGPO is better.
Because he got the
interesting.
smoothing system. So
I mean, it's interesting though because I only wish that the Calera team and Ponder get together and kind of work on just for the
Calera team to be on it. Because really, the peer-to-peer one, it's not made by the Calera guys. It was like a hack that somebody else did. The actual guy who's working on a new version, he was supposed to release a new version in April. We're still waiting for the new version, so I don't even know what he's doing.
Oh, great. So the Calera development team isn't the people that developed the one.
The peer-to-peer version is a hack. Somebody did that.
Do we know
Wasn't
who?
official.
hackers hack the planet.
Yeah, they realized that, wait a minute, why are we doing a server-based version? A server-based version sucks. Let's try a direct connection. That's what happened.
Interesting.
Yeah, if you took the base code and you actually just modified it to be a direct connection, it was a lot better. But what happened was that when they originally made it, they made it server-based. So that's what made it a little bit. That's what fucked it up. They try to do it like first-person shooters. It doesn't work well as if like first-person shooters does with server-based.
Oh.
Go to the F.
Mr. Superman not here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was just.
Someone was telling me I can't name any names, but STHD is gonna have from what I heard from people who played it online, I won't say any names, but apparently it's not gonna have any input delay.
Really?
I heard that. I heard that it is. If anything,
It
won't
may have like the graphical lag like GGPL has,
I hear you.
but it's supposed to have no input delay. From what I heard, I can't say who told me that though.
I heard that too. Which
I did not.
well, I mean, I don't know.
Apparently,
I mean,
fiction code.
but you know what?
Ain't gonna do it either, right?
Let me ask you guys this. I mean, going back, someone reminded me of something I said earlier. Going back to the idea that I had about creating a fighting game utopia, as it will. What do you guys think about helping me with such a project?
Hope it get better, but yeah, you're gonna have to call me like 30 minutes. So I'll be there in 30 minutes, but
Yeah.
just call me to see where I'm at. Then if I'm there,
What do you mean by utopia?
yeah, just agreement.
All right. Okay. Okay. You wasn't, but I was thinking though.
Kai wasn't
with
listening.
all of the new games that are coming out in the next 12 to 18 months. One of the ways that I think that we can get some new blood is setting up a central site for new fighting games only, where people can go for user guides, go to find competition, to just shoot the breeze, whatever. But it's a central site it's not just for the Capcom titles. It's for Soul Calibur 4, Tekken 6, Brawl, It's only going to include new games. But the thing about it is, it's a chicken and egg thing. What if they come there and we ain't there? I mean, it's one of those things. If we're going to do something like that, we got to make sure that we got to get that forum jumping. So what I'm thinking about is, since I have the resources to do it, is creating a huge forum for nothing but new fighters. And on top of that, having people to help me set up a training guide or a user guide for characters in different types of games and stuff like that. They can submit their just like with fact.com. It's just
That's the problem I have with SRK though, is that new games come out and the best it gets is like a thread. Like what the fuck is a single thread supposed to do to represent a whole game?
right.
So that's one thing. And then
Express-
like then you get like 50 million sites for one. Like a game comes out and then let's say the game becomes popular, then they make a whole site dedicated to that game, like kind of like Dust Loop, right? But that's another problem. Now you're isolating the community. You want it all in one central area. I understand what you're saying. You ever see that site 10tonhammer.com? It's for online games. 10-ton hammer. Go to that website, 10tonhammer.com. It has like every online game, online RPG game listed there. I always liked the format of that site. I always thought it'd be something nice to have like that for fighters. It has like everything. Like you literally just there's a pull down menu with like 250 MMOs, and you'll see like all the games. You can get information, news, and the forums. And that's, to me, that's how fighters should be.
Wow. That's
I
a
don't understand
good
why it's been
question.
years, man.
That's a good question. That's a good suggestion. So I would definitely be looking into that too. I just need some help. Oh, a ponder has spoken. He says, okay, Calera, number one, Calera is not open. 2, there is an open P2P Calera, and he gives the site okai.movsq.net. NFBA is based on P2P Calera. 2, I'm pretty sure they looked at GGPO and modified FBA and P2P Calera to add rollback. So GGPO and NFBA are basically the same thing architecturally. GGPO has some advantages that I don't want to go into right now. Slowly.
That's fake.
Super Turbo HD will have lag-free online play. They said as much in the blog. How good it is, we'll find out Wednesday when Commando comes out.
I won't, because my Xbox is dead.
This 10-ton hammer's pretty thorough, man.
Yeah, it's good, right? It's like the way everything, like even the most
Crazy.
obscure title, like even the games that nobody even cares about, gets a lot of detail.
I see that shit. Yo, man, I don't know why SRK ain't like this now.
And when I went out to
threads, there's
they
been a
actually
couple
have
threads.
guys
Like,
send stuff in.
Well, one thing that is interesting. So, according to Ponder, I guess that the emulator has just as much to do with the netcode, or at least your experience playing online than than the P2P version of the software you're playing. So he's saying that GGPO and NFBA is better than P2P Chimera, and is a lot better
What the
than
hell?
Chimera. The server,
Yo, what
the
does that
server-
sound, yo?
I'm sorry, that was me. Yeah, that was my RSC. Whenever you type, it makes.
Yeah, I
a
know what he
sound.
means. Because once you have the actual emulator, you can actually go and get a lot more detail into it. Fuck with the code a little bit more for prediction and whatnot. That's why he always asks if you can get the source. Like, we were trying to get him to get null DC so he can have some Dreamcast games on GGPO.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't give him the source code. If they gave him the source code, we could be playing Marvels ASAP on GGPO right now. But if you can convince them,
I think, believe it or not, I mean, this is just my personal opinion. I think that the time has passed. I think there was a window there for us to get the DC emulator up and running, and really take advantage of that. But I'm ready to move on. I mean, I can't, it's been years and years and years and years, and nothing has come out of it. So, fuck them. Seriously, you got too many games that are coming out to really be worrying about.
Yeah, the problem is that there's no source out. If it was open source, it would be like, you see updates like weekly, man. They're trying to be selfish about it. I don't know why you want to be selfish about a Dreamcast emulator. You're not going to make any money off of that.
By the way, Ponder says to take a look at shoreyoucan.com/wiki.
Yeah, see, the wiki, man, the problem with that is that
excuse me,
it's a good place for information, but it's not like a place you go for news.
And he also said he never asked for no.
It's not a
DC
community
source,
place.
actually.
It's not a place where you go talk to people about games.
Yeah, it's just for like guides.
Yeah, it's a guide site, but like 10 Ton Hammer is way more deeper into each game.
Okay.
I just would love to see SK like that, or maybe a new site like that.
Hey, would you send me the link for that?
What,
So
10 Ton Hammer?
Yeah, so I can take a look and get an idea. Ponder says he's never asked for no DC source, actually. He says maybe they give it to him. He doesn't know. So.
Dun, dun, dun.
Come on, Ponder, let's get it done, man. We'll go in there like gangsters and we get that source. Tell them you don't want to fire a cannon at them.
Ponder, basically, just talk to them, tell them that, hey, if they give you the source, you'll let them drive your R8. For those of you who don't know, Ponder drives one of my dream cars, an Audi R8. It's basically a Lamborghini for about $150,000 less than what you would pay for a Lamborghini. The car is mid-engine, rear-wheel drive. It is a sublime car.
That's it.
It's basically sex on wheels. Basically,
Is that all?
PM you the link, then.
Okay.
I like that. I like the R8, yo. I'm a fan of an R8 too. Yo, but props to him, yo. He got an R8, yo, balling. Straight up, straight balling, yo.
It's that programmer money.
I thought I felt good with my car. Yeah.
Actually, I don't think it was programmer money, or at least not most of it. I think most of it is just, having good investments.
About half of it is crack money.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
man.
half of it. Yeah, good half of it's crack money.
I think Marvel players are so hype.
Man, I have a confession, and I said this yesterday. Man, I just can't get into Marvel no more. I don't care. I really don't care if it's Michael versus Lucifer. I mean, I just don't give a shit anymore about Marvel. I'm sorry. I've gotten to the point where the game just doesn't appeal to me no more. I gotta take a piss, so you guys talk.
It's all about TVC.
He lies. Lies. It's the crack, man.
It's the crack money.
He pushed the weight.
So Ben, you see the site, man? You see how it runs down?
That shit is thorough.
on the right side where you see the MMO coverage. You can select any game you want from there, and like, it's just a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, I didn't know Conan was an MMO though. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, it just came out like in the last month, I think.
Alright, y'all, I'm in the Smash room area now. I'm going to.
I'm back.
Yay!
Fuck
I'm
with
gonna
Smash.
Yeah, Ben,
ask
check out
them
this.
to come. I'm gonna
Let me know
ask
what
them
you
to
think
come
about the
to the
site.
radio.
I bet Pounder's got a 24-pack of red balls in his fridge. I hope not.
Red balls. Okay, the kid, baby.
Okay, yeah, baby.
I knew that was coming.
Shazam!
Yeah, I mean,
Oh shit, tire.
He just went crazy. How can he turn down $50 million deal?
That's right, bitches.
Huh?
What?
Man, he had enough money. He's cool.
I know, but still, man.
And
I heard
he's
that
like
he broke
traveling
the
around.
record.
He actually looks happy now, man.
I heard he broke the record, for like the longest stand-up comedy session. Like, he did it for like 6 hours. I'm like, what the hell? If people really sat there for 6 hours, I don't really care if you were.
You know what's so messed up? He broke his own record. His old record was like 6 hours and like 6 minutes, and his new one is like 6 hours and like 13.
That's pretty sick, man. He shows up at like random places and busts out a set really quickly. There's videos on YouTube of him showing up at places randomly. Like, he's not even invited, he just shows up.
You know what they say? That says he's having withdrawal
down
symptoms.
Dave Chappelle, right?
Nobody, basically.
But anyway, okay, I'm taking a look through, Kai, the link that you gave me. And I do like it.
Yeah, you see on the left side where it says MMO coverage, and you can click down the drop-down box. I would love to have something like that with all the games. You can just click on the game, and there's a whole section dedicated to whatever game you click.
I need to find somebody that's really good in programming. I mean, I don't know the first thing about.
Hey, hold on. Hey, guys. Hey, there's somebody saying, oh, okay, they were making fun. I thought they said they were not running Brawl. They're just running a mockery that uses the Brawl engine. Which I assume items.
What's a cat holder?
Yeah, maybe he needs catheter. I'm not sure.
Okay, just asking.
You know,
By the way, Lakers in 6. That's all I have to say about that.
Ha! In your dreams.
Celtics winning, like, period. They winning the whole thing.
I don't pay attention to basketball. They to me, the only sport that exists in my life is football.
And soccer.
Everything else can piss up the road backwards. I mean, I don't really give a shit.
I'll watch World Cup soccer.
Yeah, I'll watch
Who
World Cup soccer.
cares about soccer? You know what? It's interesting.
It
you
gets
guys,
hype, man. Like, dudes want to
Apparently
fight
the rest of the world.
you know what? Soccer.
It's serious business.
Soccer to me is like Guilty Gear is to you guys.
But I like
Except
Guilty Gear.
I play Guilty Gear, like,
I play soccer too.
Man,
About 15 years
the reason
ago.
I watch it, man.
Hmm?
The reason I watch the World Cup is because it's so much rivalry there. It's not like regular, like, if I can't watch soccer like during the regular season or whatever, but like when there's a lot of rivalry going on during the World Cup and dudes can get shot fucking up, that's when I really love to watch it.
I mean, if I want to see, if I want to see a bunch of white people fight, I'll just watch some footage from Iraq, or I'll watch the last 3 games of the Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, it's seriously. Soccer is so boring. I try to watch it at least on a dozen occasions, and I just fell asleep. It is great if you sleep deprived.
If you're insomniac, soccer's your cure.
I mean, it's like that. I mean, soccer is barely above baseball. Unless you really there, it just don't. I mean, it's whack. I mean, it's football. Anything can happen on any given play. On baseball, either you're gonna hit a home run, you're gonna hit a base hit, or you're gonna strike out, or you're gonna hit a foul 8 times in a row.
Or you can charge them out. Yeah.
I mean, seriously. Or you can get a hit by a beanball, and then we have a fight that almost was, but was broken up before either of them got to each other.
Even gets it. Yeah.
I love team fights, man.
Hey guys, for people that play Brawl, what's the revision 16? That means that they mess up 16 times, they finish. They can't. Is it hopeless?
Revision 16.
Revision
What?
16. I don't know. It
I don't know
says
what that
like
is.
if you mess up 16 times in a row, you're pretty hopeless. I don't know. I'm at the Smash room right now. I'm trying to
You know what?
I'm
If you
trying to
mess
have-
up 16, okay, you mess up 16 in a row, they say you're hopeless. Meanwhile, we'll put something in the game where if you run too fast, you fall down on your ass
And get hit with a hammer.
and get hit with a hammer. So basically, that's just like me blaming an alcoholic. Man, you drink too much. Here, have some vodka. Let me get you some. Here's a 12-pack and some tequila, margarita, and da. Yeah. I mean, it's BS. That's BS.
Yeah, I don't even like Smash. It's pretty whack. I just don't like it because it's not a fighting game. People, you don't see KO and people don't die. They just fly to the other side of the screen.
No, I mean they don't. I mean they don't die. Well, I guess they do die. I mean, and they just die in the same way that you died in Super Mario Brothers back in 1985. You just hit the hole.
The only problem I have with Smash is that it was actually designed in like every way possible to not be that type of game that you would run for a tournament.
And they made it that way by force, pretty much.
Yeah, I just hate the fact they're trying to force it to something that is not. And I know they love the game, but sometimes you gotta accept what you got.
You know, it's like what? It's like Nintendo is rejecting the our type of gamers. You know, they
I
don't
would say
really
Nintendo.
give
I would say the designer of the game, because really Nintendo doesn't sit there the whole time, holding his hand. It's always up to the main guy, you know.
No, but you know what? It's like the Nintendo's not even focused on getting the dedicated gamers like us anymore. They're fine with getting people to lose weight, and all of that shit. So, which is fine. I mean, I have no problem with it. I could lose some myself, but I'd be fucked if I buy that Wii Fit.
But yeah, they're not focusing on dedicated gamers anymore. Pretty much, it's pretty much all casual, especially with the Wii and whatnot. Because
and people will
you
defend.
know what? The next game that's going to come out on Wii is going to be how to refinance your home during the mortgage crisis. That's going to be the next game for everybody to buy.
dude, I'll buy that at launch. Yeah, get that in the stock market game for DS.
I mean, I knew we was in trouble when you could like raise dogs with it, or something like that. I'm like, oh.
But the DS is the DS is actually a lot better because it has like a mixed amount of games. You know, you have your hardcore games and you have your casual games. The Wii just doesn't.
It says mostly casual.
Yeah, too much casual.
Yeah. Considering I just bought one, I'm not very happy about that, but still.
You should have fucking listened to me.
You never even said anything.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you guys a question right quick. All right. So, okay, Kai, give me what you think the lineup will be for Evolution next year.
All right.
It's kind of hard because there's a lot of bias in this community. So even if a game is deserving, there's a good chance it won't get in. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Marvel again, if you see Third Strike again. I really wouldn't be surprised. Hell, you might even see CVS 2 again, man.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay.
What I would like to see, I would love to see Street Fighter 4. I like the latest videos actually look pretty good to me. I won't lie.
Well, I think a Street Fighter 4 is basically a shoe-in.
Yeah, I think Street Fighter 4 has to be there. I think HD Remix would be there if it proves to be a good game. If it doesn't prove itself to be a game that's worthy of for the community to move on to, I think they'll use a classic version instead.
I think it should be fine now.
I would love if King of Fighters is actually worth it. We don't know how good
I'm sorry to cut you off. Hey guys, I'm sorry to cut you off. there's a guy from the Smash boards community. He's gonna call the show in a few.
Oh, cool.
Like, any second now, he's gonna talk about, his like how he feels about it, and so we can ask some questions about the game, and
And who's this
and all that
again?
stuff.
He's from
His
the
name
Smash
is
Brothers?
His name is Huak. I can't pronounce that name. Hyuga.
Hyuga?
Hyuga. I don't know.
And who is he now?
He's just one of the guys from the Smash Room,
Okay.
I guess. So
Do we know if he's a top player or not, or
Probably not.
who is a top player? Who's widely
As
considered?
long as he knows information about the game, because like a lot of players, they just know more about the game than they can actually play. Like me.
Okay, we got a phone. I got
me.
a. Hey, what's up?
Hi, this is hold on a second. Is this Bunkei?
Yes, this is Bunkei. This is Bunkei.
Yeah, this
Rich.
is Bunkei. Yeah.
You can call him
Okay.
Kyle, you call him Ben.
No, you said it right the first time.
Alright. Yeah, I'm from the Smash community. Some guy from, I guess your show came on the hub earlier and asked somebody to call about, like, Brawl and EVO and shit.
Yeah. I would just wanted to get some feedback on what's your take on Smash Brothers Brawl? Is it tournament worthy? Is it not? What do you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, tournament worthy if people want to play it. I mean, if people want to play it, then it's tournament worthy. That's really all there is to it, right?
Well,
I mean, if you can
I have
hold-
I have a bunch of people that wants to play Double Dragon 2, the versus mode, but I don't know if that makes it a tournament worthy game. I mean, what I'm hearing is that they have dummied the game down to the point where that randomness will often cancel out the skill part of the game.
Well,
Right.
there's not really, I mean, if you turn items off, there's not really that much randomness in the game. I mean, the mechanics are a lot different than Melee. People are still trying to adapt to that. There's definitely less hit stun. So, there's less combo potential than in Melee. But, I mean, it just, it doesn't mean that it's not competitive. It's just, it's testing different skills than Melee did. In Melee, you tested a lot of tech skill and combo ability. And in Brawl, I think you're just testing more of how much you can keep up the pressure on your opponent and read what he's going to, react to your moves.
Yeah, but there's a problem. I mean, apparently if you run too fast, you fall on your ass.
Oh, yeah. Every once in a while you can trip, and I don't know what the deal is with that. That's a pretty stupid thing if you ask me. I don't really get what the point of that is, but it doesn't happen that often, so I don't know.
It was just happening. It was just happening in the Super Smash Brothers finals, and people be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I mean, I think eventually it's going to have to happen, right? Eventually it's going to happen that somebody's playing the final match and they trip, and then they get hit and they lost because they tripped, and they're going to lose money because of that, and that's going to happen. But that doesn't make the game completely not worth playing at all. It's just sometimes that bullshit happens.
So, do you prefer this game over Melee?
Well, I think eventually, right now I'm more motivated to get better at Brawl than I am at Melee. But, I think, at the end of the day, I think I'd rather play Melee, you know what I'm saying? It's just everybody's playing Brawl right now, so I really want to get my Brawl game up. But I think Melee is probably going to end up being the better game.
So, I'm sorry to cut you off. Here you're good, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is D Nice. Yo, I have a question though. I've been reading through the Smash boards. People are, I'm hearing rumors that people are getting back into Melee and dropping Brawl. Is that true?
I mean, a lot of people just kept playing on Melee the whole time. I mean, we had a tournament in SoCal where we had 200 people sign up for Brawl. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that people are dropping Brawl for Melee, but, I mean, I don't think anybody really just decided they were done with Melee when Brawl came out. It's just that, we decided Brawl was a more important thing to focus on at the time. I think, most people still like to play Melee, but it's just, they want to get their Brawl game up right now because it's the new game.
You know what? And from there, I do appreciate that answer. And I really do like that answer because, I don't know, it's like the new game. It's like, the point of evolution is just to evolve, and putting that in the slot of, fighting games, including Smash. I honestly, in my opinion, I don't think they should replace Melee with Brawl. I do have a little disagreement about the items.
Yeah.
When I saw items and such, I was like, wow, that's interesting.
Well, if you want to talk about Brawl and EVO, that's like a whole separate conversation. I could go off for a long time about that. So I don't know. You guys want to talk about that?
There you go.
Actually, I want you. What's your opinion on that? I mean, I know you was happy when they added Brawl, but when you saw the rules, what was your opinion when you saw the rules?
Well, we had a big long thread in SRK just discussing the rules and everything, and we even let Mr. Wizard into the Smash back room. It's this kind of like private room we have on Smash boards where only the people who've been around for a long time can post. So we let Mr. Wizard back there just to see, let him see what we were talking about. And then when he posted the rule set, it was just kind of like he completely ignored everything that we said and, just wanted to do his own thing. So it was pretty disappointing. I mean, I understand that, they want to do their own thing and not just follow exactly what we're doing because, they've been having EVO for, a long time, but, it's like the Smash community's opinion wasn't important at all, so, you know what I'm saying?
Can I ask a question? Did he give any reason why he was adamant about having the items in the game?
Okay, well, in my opinion, I think that the EVO people, the SRK people, they feel like the only reason you should ever ban something is if it's broken, if there's a character imbalance, right? But the problem with that reasoning is if you play, Third Strike or Super Turbo or whatever, there's not too many different ways to play the game, right? I mean, there's not too many different game mode options that you got. So, what you get in the box is pretty much what you're going to play. But with something like Brawl, there's so many different options, there's so many different game modes, there's so many different ways to play the game that, test completely different kinds of skill. So, you got to pick one. You got to pick some skill set to test. And, the Brawl community, the Smash community has been playing Smash for, 6 or 7 years. We know what good skills to test are. And we know kind of what game to pick out of all the possible games you could pick with Brawl. And, we're giving our opinions on why you should play this game and not this other game with items. And, they kind of just disregard that entirely.
Did they give you any reasoning? I guess you kind of answered my question by saying that they only because it's broken. But, can the argument be made that by having items in the game really makes the game subject to so much randomness and the skill part is reduced a great deal of a lot, to the point where, it's not really that fun to play because, someone can just, get one item and just.
To be honest, the randomness doesn't bother me that much because it's kind of just, it rewards you for controlling the stage. And the randomness is really kind of the only way to put items in the game. But the real problem I have is it's just a different game than Brawl without items. And, it's a completely different game. Items aren't broken or anything. I don't think the randomness is that bad. It's just a completely different game. And, in Melee, we've been playing without items, and Brawl, we've been playing without items. And, that's the game that we play. And for EVO to come and put items in.
No, I'm sorry. I was just saying. So could the argument be more to the? So let me take the devil's advocate point of view. If you're not have a problem with the randomness that having that's introduced when an item is in the game and everything, then if it's just because that you're not familiar with playing the game with the items, well, isn't shouldn't that be something that can be cured by just practicing with the items in the game? I mean, it may mean
I definitely tested out items. In fact, like I was one of the first people. I don't want to say the first people, but when the game first came out, we were all debating about what we should do about items. And I was one of the people that, in fact, said, we should give items a chance. We should run tournaments where we have items and no items at the same time and see what people think about it. And, it really just comes down to nobody wants to play with items. It's just a completely different game and that nobody wants to play. I liked playing with items sometimes, but, it's just, I don't know what to say. It's just a different game. And EVO wants to play the game their way, and they don't want to play the game our way. I don't know if it's because they just want to be different or I don't know.
Well, I mean, and again, using a devil's advocate point of view,
sure.
From what you told me so far, then, I mean, unless, I mean, what's the point? I mean, why wouldn't it be a problem to just okay, the items are in the game, so we have to play the game with the items. I mean, what you're talking about is a preference.
Yeah.
I was thinking along the lines of preserving the dignity of the game. But if it's just a preference, I don't really want to play with items. I mean, I don't know if that's really a good reason not to have it in there.
Well, you gotta. It's not like, items are in the game, right? But so is stuff like, time mode or coin battle mode. It's not that we're banning items. It's just that you got to pick one. You got to pick items on or items off. You got to pick stock mode. You got to pick time mode, or you got to pick coin mode. We ended up picking stock mode. The same kind of reasoning. We ended up picking no items because, I mean, each different way to play the game, right? It has a different kind of skill. And, we decided that items off and stock is really the best way to test skill in Melee and Brawl. So, I mean, I don't know what more to say.
Well, I mean, I understand what you're saying. But at the same time,
though, it is a preference, right? But, I mean, you could use the same argument to say, well, why don't we test coin battle? There's nothing broken about coin battle, so why don't we do that? So kind of the same reasoning.
You have a point. I mean, but at the same time, though, I think that you guys may have better luck convincing the powers that be to go to the non-item mode if you can prove that having the items on is detriment to the gameplay and really affects it to the point where it's not really fun to play or watch. But just to say, well, that's always how we've done it. I mean, I don't know if that's going to really be convincing. I'm just giving you my opinion of it.
Oh,
if you showed it, Mr.
In Melee, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, if you showed Mr. Wizard actual evidence to why you shouldn't have the items off, he would do it, definitely.
Yeah, I understand, but I don't believe that items are really broken or that the randomness is, like, super, a bad thing to deal with. It's just, again, we got to pick one. We got to pick some skill set to test. And it kind of has to deal with, in Melee we've been playing with items off for 6 years. So, a lot of it is that we're used to that. But just playing with items is, again, there's not much more to say. It's just you're testing a different set of skills than you would be with items off.
I'm not
the community has decided that it's more relevant skills to test if you play with items off.
Well, okay, all right. Well, but here's the thing, though, is that okay? Again, you're right. I mean, you played it one way for 6 or 7 years, but to me, a definition of a champion is one that's able to adapt to whatever condition is handed to him. If you want to be if you want to be a champion at Super Smash Bros. Brawl, then then you should be able to counter whatever mode it's choosing. You should be able to excel at that. Otherwise, you know, you're not the Super Smash Brothers champion. You're the Super Smash Brothers without items champion.
Sure, no, that's a good point. But let me just give you an example of kind of where that goes wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got this stage in Smash called Hyrule Temple, right? And it's like the biggest stage in the game, right? And what you can do is, if you go down, there's this little part in the middle where pretty much no matter which direction you get hit, you can tech off a wall and you can survive the hit. So what happens is, I mean, yeah, it's still Smash because, I mean, you know, that's what you're playing, that's what you have in the GameCube, right? But what skills are you testing is just how well people can tech off the walls. You know, it doesn't really test the kind of skills that we care about in Smash. So you see what I'm saying? It's just about what kind of skills are we testing. You play on Hyrule, you test in skills that nobody cares about. You play with items. I mean, there's some disagreement about it, but most people in the Smash community, having been played it for 7 years, agree that playing with items doesn't test skills that are that relevant to Smash.
Well, I would disagree because only because if it's irrelevant on testing the skills, then there should be no problem having it in there. If they're starting to say that,
why not?
You know, if they're
why
going to
not
say,
allow Hyrule?
I mean, what I'm saying is that if they're going to say that it does not test any meaningful skills to have items in there, then fine. You know, then you don't worry about it. Just play the game as you normally would.
Well, I mean, that seems to be what EVO's attitude towards it is, you know, we think these are the skills that we want to test. You know, this is our first time having, you know, Smash in EVO, and most of those people haven't played Melee for, you know, an extended period of time. But we think we know what the most important skills to test are, so, you know, that's what our decision is. And like I'm saying, it's not that it's broken, it's just that you got to pick one, and one of them's got to be more relevant than the other one. And, you know, what else can you go on but by experience? You know, there's no way to just look at the game and know, oh, items is the better way or no items is the better way. It's just got to be, it's just the only way it can make the decision is just to come from experience.
But here's my only point is that to me, I talked about this earlier. I asked the question: have us gaming fighters here in the United States, have we deteriorated to the point where, you know, unless we can find something to abuse, it's not fun. Well, it's fun to play. I mean, in other words, you know, okay, so it hasn't been proven that items break the game. So, but I don't want items in. We don't want items in the game because that's not what we're used to. Well, you should be. I mean, if you're going to consider, if there's going to be a contest where there's $5,000 put up for first place, by golly, you better be able to play every mode in that motherfucking game.
Okay, no, a good player, even though we played without items in Melee for 4 or 5 years, the best player will, on average, win, even if you turn items on.
Okay, well then there's no problem, right? Because it won't change the outcome. You know, just something extra you got to account for. You know, because you know what this argument reminds me of.
Why not play on Hyrule if that's the attitude toward it? I mean, the best player will still probably win on Hyrule, but we're just testing who can tech off walls the best.
Okay,
Now,
I mean, you know, yeah, but you know, automatically being able to bounce off walls does not guarantee you victory, does it?
Well, on Hyrule it does. If you're the best at teching off walls, then you can live pretty much forever on Hyrule. And if you never make a mistake teching off the walls, you'll always kill your opponent before he kills you.
Okay.
So
in a situation like that, if it's to the point where that because of a particular feature that it can judge the match, then I think that there's a case could be made where, okay, you know, maybe this is not a great idea to play on this stage because there's something in the stage that can dramatically, you know, impact the gameplay very easily. So, I mean, that would be a good argument. That would be a good argument, but I don't think that's the same as having items in the game, though.
Okay, but I mean that's just a simple example. You know, of course it is just a matter of opinion, right?
Right.
And it's just how far we can take the argument up to items. You know, it's not just Hyrule that has problems. There's other stages that have problems like that too. You know, there's another huge stage that you can't tech off walls or anything in Brawl that's called Newport City. But the stage is just so big that, you know, what skills are we testing? It's how well you can run away from your opponent. It's not really one specific, you know, flaw of the stage. It just turns the game into how well can you run away and, you know, spam projectiles at your opponent. So the point about items, you know, it's just kind of going in that same direction.
Okay, but that hasn't. But again, that hasn't been proven yet. But if it is proven that having one item basically guarantees you victory, then okay, then I think you have something to go off on. But you know, but here again though is those two stages you were talking about, where you can tech off of the wall and you can't. Here we go again. If you're gonna be the champion that gets that $5,000 check, guess what? You're gonna have to be able to adjust to that.
Yeah, but I mean, why not? I mean, how far are you willing to take that? I mean, why not make somebody juggle in between each stock? You know, if they're really the better player, then they'll be able to juggle in between each stock. I mean, yeah, it takes more skill to juggle, obviously, right? But who cares about how well somebody can juggle? So my point is, who cares how well somebody can, you know, tech off ceilings? There's a point where you just got to say, who cares? And I mean, that's what we're doing with items. It's not. And the other thing is, I don't understand why we have to assume that we start out with items and then wait to see if something's wrong before we say no items. It's not that. It's you put items and no items on equal footing at the beginning. We got to pick one. And, you know, it's just the experience from the Smash community is just that it makes more sense to play with items off.
Okay, but here's the thing. But you know what? Another argument this reminds me of was when role canceling was found in CVS2. There was a lot of people who stated that it should be banned. It says because they would think that it will really impact the gameplay and that it will make the game. You know, it would give the games, you know, the grooves that you can do the roles in them. More advantages to the point where it's that none of the other groups will be able to compete and therefore destroying the balance of the game. But that isn't what happened, though. It does give, you know, it does allow you to, you know, it does allow for advantages, but eventually people adapt it, and as it turned out, I mean, yeah, it does. Being able to, you know, do role canceling at will does not guarantee you victory by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay, but the difference between that is that's just some technique, some, you know, strange property of the game, the mechanics that you figured out in the game. It's not, and, you know, I don't know how you would actually go about banning role canceling to begin with. I don't understand it perfectly well because I'm not a big player of fucking whatever game that it's in, but, you know, I don't understand how you would even ban it to begin with, because how do you even tell if somebody's role canceling?
You could.
But,
no, because they go through attacks.
Right, they will be invincible through attacks, so that's how you can tell that they're.
You'd have to have like a judge sitting at each match to see if somebody role canceled.
But there's judges there anyway.
Out of invincibility.
But there's judges there anyway.
You guys have judges? You guys have judges at EVO for all these games?
Yeah,
for every match?
They watch every match.
But still, then I don't know, it just sounds like a dumb thing to have a judge have to do something like that.
Well, the judge is there to make sure.
But anyway, we don't need to discuss that because we're not talking about, you know, we're not talking about that game. But like I say, this is just some technique that people discovered in the game. This isn't where we, you know, before we even start the game, we got to pick which game mode we're talking about. So again, it's not that we're banning items. It's just that we're picking items on instead of items off. It's not that there's no reason to start out assuming we should play with items, wait to see if something's wrong, and then only then go to no items.
I'm sorry, but that's usually the way how it's dealt with. I mean, in the history of fighting games, when something is being discovered that people previously didn't know, No, the first thing that usually it does is, well, we'll wait and see how this affects the game before making a decision on whether or not we should allow it. I mean, but
my point is that this is a game mode. It's like stock or time or coin.
Right,
you got to pick one. There's no reason to start with.
But it's part of the
at
game,
the beginning, what we should really do is put stock and time on coin on equal footing, and wait to see which one comes out to be the best. Right? There's no reason to assume we should start with coin, for example. Wait to see if something's wrong, and then switch everybody over to the next one, see if something's wrong, and blah blah blah. We gotta test all of them out at the beginning on equal footing, and then we pick the best one, and we pick stock. Same deal with items. We put both of them on equal footing, and we decided that we like without items.
But again, though, it's okay if you're gonna go that way. Then how is it that you guys decided that? Because at first you said that you don't play with stocks because that's how you guys play Melee and all the other ones before it.
So
for
we
the past 6-7
play
years.
with stock. Yeah.
So I'm saying, I mean, now you're saying, well, we're going to test each mode and see. Well, I mean, it's part of the game, though. I mean, it is.
Sure.
I mean, so if it's part of the game, then you're saying there's no reason to say we should start out with that. I mean, there's no reason not to either.
Well, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's no reason to pick a particular game mode and say, this is the default setting. This is what is on when you turn on the game. So we should start with this and then move on to other stuff. I'm saying we got to start and look at every possible game mode, all right? And we got to decide which one's the best. There's no reason to pick any particular one to begin with and then wait to see if something's wrong and then move on to something else. We got to look at all of them at once on equal footing.
Yeah, it's like it's a different case in most fighters. I can understand what he means.
Right. I understand.
Yeah, no, it's
so many
definitely
different ways of
different
playing
in
the game.
most other fighters because I mean, there's not all these weird ass game modes. There's not like coin battle in Third Strike or whatever.
Well,
aren't there some options in Third Strike like where you can turn off blocking or parrying or something like that
system direction.
in the options? Huh?
Get a system direction. You can go in a system direction. You can mess with all kind of gameplay modes and that.
Right. So I should ask the same question: is why not play with parrying off and just make that the tournament standard until you see something's wrong with that, and then turn parrying back on?
Good point.
Why would you?
I'm just saying this. Super Smash Brothers Brawl or Super Smash Brothers in general, one of the things is that it could be played in many different ways, as you already explained.
Right.
Eventually, a decision has to be made on whether or not. What is wrong? Let me ask you, what is wrong with playing it the way that you guys play Melee with items on?
With Melee with items on? Well,
there's
a lot more problems in Melee with items on than there are in Brawl.
No, I'm asking is how come you just can't play Brawl with the same rules, but just with items on?
In Brawl or Melee?
Brawl, because that's the game.
Well, I mean, the problem is that it is a legitimate game, all right? I don't want to deny that. Playing with items on tests a certain kind of skill. Tests, the skill of how well you can control the stage and use items once you got them.
Okay.
And then if you play without items, it's, kind of more of a 1v1 thing. There's less randomness. There's less, emphasis on who can use the items the best. And one thing I would also argue is that if you turn items on, it gives some characters projectiles that never had projectiles to begin with. So it's kind of like you're making all the characters kind of more similar to one another. Instead, if you turn items off, all of a sudden all these characters become really different from one another because, some of them don't have projectiles because there's no items anymore. So for me, the three arguments are really that the first thing is that it changes kind of the focus from 1v1 to really about stage control. Two is the randomness, but again, personally, I'm not really that bothered by the randomness. And then three is that it kind of like homogenizes the characters more than, more than if you just play without items. So, I mean, but again, this is all a subjective thing, but again, it's all coming down to opinion, and I'm just saying, the Smash community has been at this a lot longer than EVO has, so it's all going to come down to opinion, so why not take the Smash opinion?
I'll tell you from what I said. It goes back to what I said before. I do agree with some of the people who say it's becoming kind of circular, but my argument is very simple: is that if you're going to be the king of the Smash Brothers, tournament, then you should be able to adapt to whatever it throws to you. If you play only a certain way, then that really is your own fault if the rules change, because everyone should be knowing that everybody that is good at Super Smash Brothers know that it can be played many different ways. So if I was playing the game at a high level, I always want to play it not just the way that I prefer to play it, but ways that I don't prefer to play it. But I must play it and learn it just in case if I ever become part of a competition where the rules have changed.
But I mean, that's the thing is, it's the community at large. Nobody likes to play on coin battle or time battle just because they test different skills. So,
but if I can intervene right quick,
why not play? There's so many different ways that you could play Brawl.
You could.
There's so many different.
But my point is that for the Smash community though, what they prefer to play, they're not putting up the money though.
Well, what makes you say that?
No, I'm saying is they're not putting up the money for the cash prize. So I mean, you got to kind of keep that in mind. I mean, it's to sit there and say, well,
what do you mean? For the most part, our tournaments are. The entry fees are what goes to the winner. So
exactly. But there's a lot of money that goes into making sure that happens in the first place.
Okay.
Renting out the hotel and all doing the registration, having a site online 24/7, and all of that stuff takes money that no one pays for but the owners. So just because part of the money that you get from the registration does ultimately wind up in the pot, but at the same time, there's a lot more money that players don't pay. So
okay, that's the case for EVO, but it's not really. In general, that's not the case for Smash, unless you were at like MLG or something like that. But the vast majority of the tournaments that we have in the Smash community are the people in the community. They work and they get the venue, they pay for the venue, and registration fees all go into paying for the venue and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
that's totally understandable. That's totally understandable.
For MLG, it was, right? But for the most part, it's not some outside people are just saying, here's some money, have a tournament, and,
Right. I'm just saying that, if you're going to, if people are going to criticize what the SRK staff decided as far as the rules for the games. I mean, it's one thing that's if you do as you just said, if you put the money forth and you were responsible for gathering all doing all of the work behind the scenes to make it work, then I can understand. But
you might even argue that they made a mistake because now they're not going to get all this registration money from the Smash community who is going to come to EVO. I mean, EVO lost maybe 100, if not more, participants just by ignoring the Smash community's experience. So I can make the argument that the organizers of the Brawl rules at EVO should be held responsible to some degree.
No, I actually agree with him on that. I think that when you have somebody when you're running a tournament for a game, you don't really ignore what the community wants because you're trying to run a tournament. They do that for like any other fighter right now. They said right now, like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, they're gonna ban certain characters, or in like Third Strike, they're gonna go back to one game or something like that. The community be pissed off, and that would never happen. First of all, and like so that's the only reason I was kind of mad about it, because I was like, well, aren't they ignoring the vast part of the community? Just kind of like selfish about it.
Right, and on top of that, like last year, like the Smash, didn't Smash got like the second highest attendance at Worlds?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, second highest and Third Strike. Third Strike.
Yeah, so and like 90% was like from the Smash Bros community. So
Right.
I mean, I don't see why they're not looking into this. So this is real serious. Like,
Well, it's Wizard, you know. I mean, to me, it seemed like a very selfish decision, to be honest with you.
I agree.
Well,
I definitely
So,
agree.
You know, I really think it's just like
if that's the
the
case,
EVO community thinks. I mean, I don't want to say the whole community, right? But because not obviously everybody thinks that. But it seems to me that like the prevailing opinion is that Smash Bros. People, they don't know anything about fighting games. They just found this game and they found some way to play it. And we don't know anything about fighting games, so all our opinions are valid. And David Serlin is the only person in the world who knows anything about competitive fighting games. And, you know, so they just completely disregard what we have to say. And then if something's not broken, that means it's automatically in the game. Hence items and hence all these crazy stages that they have there.
okay. I mean, so okay. So
Serlin even say anything about it, or they just quote his book?
No, they just quote him like he's the word of God. And, I mean, I agree with a lot of stuff he says, but
I don't think he
if
ever
you read his articles,
said about Smash.
if you read his articles, he only talks about banning things because of imbalance. He doesn't talk about banning things because of randomness or because of stalling the game, or more importantly, because of how it changes the way that the game is played. Like you would never ban Hyrule based on Serlin's arguments, except for Fox. But you would never ban it based on his arguments just because it's not broken. Aside from Fox running away and lasering, it's just testing a completely different set of skills.
well, okay. Okay. So here's my question: is
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like if I mean, I can certainly. I mean, it's not like I never had any problems with Wizard myself.
Right.
So
Yeah,
my
it's all
question
him,
is,
so you
have
know.
you considered going over Wizard's head and talking to Ponder about it? You know, or to Inkblot, because I mean, after all, whatever they say, it doesn't matter. If they just say, okay, we're going to go your way, then it doesn't matter what Wizard says, right?
Actually, Ben, you want to hear something funny? And I know Ponder's listening. I was in the Capcom channel, and
Yeah,
Wizard was
Ponder.
talking about the Smash rules, and he was like, and Ponder was like, what's going on with the rules? So obviously, Ponder had nothing to do with the rules.
Right.
And he was just finding out about it. He asked Wizard, why did he allow the items? And it's like, did you not ban it because nothing's broken yet? And he's like, bingo. So basically, he's going with the approach that don't ban it if it's not broken. Plus, he thinks it'll be more entertaining. But I kind of feel like he'll kind of ignore.
Yeah, but that was my whole point, is that just because something's not broken, that's not the only reason that you ban something. And we're not really even banning items. We're just saying you got to pick one. It's an option just like stock or time or coin mode, and it's just an option like that. And our option that we pick is items off. And another thing that kind of disappoints me is like, you know, a lot of people were upset in the Smash community about the rules, and they just like bug the crap out of Mr. Wizard all the time. And you get all these noobs from Smash boards yelling at Mr. Wizard like directly and IMing him and shit. And it's just like that's only gonna you know, make him more secure in his belief that, you know, we don't know what we're talking about. And, you know, it's kind of, at the same time, I'm kind of disappointed with EVO, but I'm kind of disappointed in, you know, some people's maturity and how they react to this kind of thing.
Well, unfortunately, I know something about that. But, you know, looking at the Guilty Gear situation last year, but
oh yeah, I heard about that, and you know, I heard it was because actually Guilty Gear is pretty much the only other game that I even try to be good at besides Melee and Brawl. But I heard there was some deal with Guilty Gear last year, and I was disappointed that it didn't make it.
Yeah, you know
what was the deal with that?
You know, listen. I mean, you know what? I still believe that the reason why it made it because of what happened last year with the finals. You know, I still believe that. You know, I mean, that's just how it is. You know, how I believe it. So anyway,
players showed up late and they fucked it up for everybody. But that's not even shit. They showed up late, they fucked it up, and then this year they wanted to cut some games so they have more time to run stuff. And so they got chopped down.
So again, and here's my reasoning on why I believe that was the reason why I was cut. Okay, they cut Guilty Gear, a game that finishes really quickly, for a game that takes forever to complete.
Yeah, Brawl, I'm not gonna lie. I think Brawl and Melee, like for one set, probably takes longer than any other fighting game that I know of. I mean, we set the time limit for one match to be 7 minutes. So a match can go, one set could go 20 minutes plus. So I think if it's true that the reason that Guilty Gear was banned because people were just showing up late, I think that's just a reason. That's not a reason to kick Guilty Gear out. That's a reason to make sure people know that you're serious when you tell people to be on time, and you hope somebody important is late so you can ban them for being late, so that you can show that you're being serious about it. I don't see why Guilty Gear, the whole game's got to take the fall because of some people being late.
I agree with you. Although, I mean, and not only that, but it's also because it wasn't just American players that was late. Japanese players were late too. I mean, so it was. So I mean, yeah. I mean, again, it's one of those things where, it's water on the bridge now because I mean, obviously, I mean, I think that.
I think it's sadder. Guilty Gear actually got bigger immediately after.
Yeah. I mean,
it finally had a United States release, and a lot of players started playing it.
But
if Brawl was done right at EVO, I definitely would have came and played Guilty Gear if they had that too.
But
it's still going to be there, but it's going to be a side game.
Right.
Players are going to play it.
One of the things though is that I mean I'm afraid though is that next year I believe that we're looking at a totally new lineup. I can't see them staying and just putting in the mainstays with Super Turbo HD and then one new or two new games. I can't see that. I think it's going to be a big change because I mean if we want remember this is still a business for SRK, so you know you can't do the same thing every year and expect different results. I mean eventually they're going to have to go out there on a limb and actually update the titles and not only that, hopefully that people that aren't part of the SRK community that goes there year after year to go and actually have a good time, because that's what I think that has to happen. I mean really they're not going to be interested in Marvel, they're not going to be interested in Third Strike, they're not going to be interested in CVS 2, and I say they won't probably only be interested in Guilty Gear. I mean it's the newest games out that we need to that even if they aren't as great as their predecessors, we still need to move forward, And
then the word evolution would have a good meaning at the end, because evolution is to evolve. Yeah. So, yeah.
So let me ask you this: you think Brawl's going to be there next year?
Yes.
If it gets the biggest turnout this year, then yeah.
I still think.
Well, I'm pretty certain it's not going to get the biggest turnout because of very few people.
You still got time to convince, man.
Huh?
You guys still have time to convince like Ponder or whatever. You need to go talk to him on IRC, man.
Yeah, I mean seriously, you guys need to. I mean,
we got Guilty Gear in 1 year because we kept talking to Ponder and his brother Ink.
Because one of the things that I like about Ponder, and Ponder has never ignored me. I mean, like when I ask him about something related to GGP, he never ignores me. He may not be able to tell me much because of whatever is going on behind the scenes, but he always upfront about stuff. So, I mean, he had no trouble coming on last year and talking about what happened with Guilty Gear, about changing from Slash to Accent Core. So I mean, I think that a group of you guys should really should really sit down and tell them what's really going on with that, and and really kind of hope for the best.
I don't know, because most people have started making their summer plans already. It just might be too late to really deal with that. And
I don't think it's too late. I don't think it's too late. I mean,
well, I mean, it might not be too late to get the rules, but in terms of getting people to go there for the summer, just because people have probably made a lot of their summer plans already. So I don't know. But I mean, maybe you could still get a lot of people from California or something. I don't know.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, what I'm saying though is that even for those who already made their summer plans, I mean, what 3 days? So it's not like it's 2 weeks or something.
Got 2 months.
I still think that there's a that if there is a change of rules, I still think people will have enough time to get a decent deal. And And whatever plans they had, I mean, yeah, you're going to have those people that won't come because they already made other plans. But I have a hard time believing that a lot of people made a plan for August 11th, August the 12th, August the 13th.
Right.
You know.
But so let me ask you this: do you think that, I mean, you know, ever since these rules came out, the Smash people have been, you know, petitioning to get the rules changed the whole time, but it doesn't seem like we've had much effect. So, I mean, are we doing it the right way? Because I mean, we've been talking on SRK. You know, different people have approached Mr. Wizard and talked about it, but
That's
you
the
know,
problem right there.
it doesn't
That's
seem.
the
You
problem.
cannot
Curse.
Wizard is not the. He has never been known as a negotiator. It's his way or the highway.
Yeah, he's
You know,
set.
I see.
I mean, you have to talk to Ponder or Inkblot or both, and get it.
Them only.
I mean, the first thing is, and even I'll do this on your behalf. The first thing is to get an audience with them, and like, you know, because it shouldn't be just you. It should be the biggest names in the Smash Bros. Communities, and get together, talk to Ponder and Inkblot, and tell them, okay, this is why we don't want, you know, we want this rule to be changed, and lay out all out the lines, and but also be prepared to explain is like that the game will still be exciting to watch and to play and won't bore people to tears. Because if it turns out, because let me tell you something, if it turns out that having items on makes the game funner to watch, even though it's not funner to play, but otherwise if the items are off, the game was boring to watch, but it's more fun for the players. I mean, which one you think it's going to go for? I mean, remember, this is still a
That's
business.
a good point. So, and I don't know the answer to that because I've never watched like.
Right. So that.
I mean,
way,
I
so
played
that
a lot of
means that
I
you
played a
guys
lot of
need to-
item matches in
Right.
my spare time
So you guys
because
gotta do
I
some
was
research
testing
on
it out to try to prove to people that they should take a look at it at least.
Right.
But we've never had like a big tournament where we had all items or something like that. So
And that might be a good-
nobody knows for sure which is more fun to watch.
Right. So
But personally, if you ask me, I think that items will probably be a little bit less campy. But I mean, that's just conjecture. That's just an opinion.
Right.
I don't
right.
really have a way to prove that.
You just brought up a way to test it. It's like, get the Smash community involved. It says, let's play with items on and show what the game is like. Because it might be one of those things where, just going from the other side of it, it might come out where the game is more fun to play without the items, but it's not as fun to watch on the screen. If that's the case, then I'm sorry, it's a business though. You know what I'm saying? It's about people. It's not just about you guys playing.
That's true, but you might not get, enough people to even have a meaningful tournament if you got items on. So
who know what you might be right, but I think you'll have a bitch of a time proving that.
No, I don't think I can prove it. It's just we're gonna have to see, and I don't think it can be proven one way or the other until it actually happens.
Because I think that it will be, for the Smash community, I mean, this is another thing. I think it would be mature of you guys to come anyway, just to show your support. Because if you all boycott Evolution, well, I mean, I don't know if you're going to get very far with Ponder and Inkblot if you're going to do that.
Well, that's a good point, but still, that means that you got to say that it's worth it to us to travel 3,000 miles just to prove to you guys that we're mature. That's not that convincing to a lot of people.
The money is the same. I mean, you
I
guys aren't all coming for a vacation in Vegas. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a part of it, but the most part of it is to win the tournament. So,
right.
I mean, so whether you have the items on and off, that doesn't change anything. I mean, it's still $5,000 or whatever.
Right.
So, I mean, it's one of those things. Is I think you guys should still come out, still compete, because as you said, you don't believe it's going to really change the outcome of it. The good will still win. So, I mean, why miss out on an opportunity to win $5,000?
That's a good point. But then, in that case, you're only going to get the people who really think they can win. You're not going to get the people that think, I can get, 17th or 13th, and I can prove to the rest of my region that, I'm, one of the best in Florida or Texas or whatever, you're not going to get those people. You're only going to get people who are out for the money.
Well, but
you know, there's a good number of those people, but I don't know if that's going to make it a fun tournament.
But you know what? I don't really buy that, only because I'm going to Evolution, and so many of these other people. I don't think any of us are planning on winning it. We're going there for the experience. You know, for the experience
definitely.
of being in Vegas.
But you guys aren't playing. You guys aren't playing in a tournament with rules that your community, you know, has nothing to do with, and you know, has been fighting against
but you know, but the fact is, for me, is that I'm going there not because of the game. I'm going there because of the people. Because I mean, what difference does it make if the
really
game...
you're going partially for both, right? I mean, you wouldn't go. You wouldn't go if there was no games there at all and everybody was just going there to hang out.
But I'm saying is that, you know, the games is important, obviously. But if I wanted just to play the game, I could do that at home. So, but I'm going there for the experience and the fellowship and the fact that I get to meet a lot of the people that I've talked to online all this time in real life. So, I mean, that's for me personally. But I will figure that most of the people, not all, but most of the people that go there go there mainly for the experience, not because they think they can win it all. I mean, we try to give their best shot because you never know. But you know, most of the people that go there, they're not going there thinking, "Oh, we're all going to win it."
I mean, I've traveled around the country a few times for Melee, and you know, the best I ever did was like 25th out of 200 or so.
Mm-hmm.
So I was never going for the money. But at the same time, if it was Melee, if I had to pick, there's 2 tournaments for the summer, right? One of them's got items on, one of them's got items off. It's an easy choice for me. It's an easy choice for most of the rest of the Smash community, too. So, I mean...
That's what he means, Ben. As a community, I can see how them saying no. They say no to it.
Well, I mean, it's you got to make EVO the one tournament that everybody's going to want to be at. There's, all different kinds of tournaments going on in the summer, and if people can only go to one, I hate to tell you, but they're not going to go to EVO, where, they're going to have to play with rules that they don't like, unless they're, 100% certain that they're going to get money out of it.
Shit, I might not even go because they're not going to have STHD now, man.
They're not?
No, it's going to be Dreamcast.
DC, baby.
When have they made that announcement?
It's not going to be out in time.
Wait. They're not going to have Super Turbo HD?
It said Super Turbo. It said Super Turbo will be played on DC if the game don't come out by July.
Oh.
See, like I can understand what he means because, first of all, they dropped Guilty Gear, so no reason for me to go for Guilty Gear unless I want to play in the side tournament. And then there's no more STHD, so I got no reason to really go. I don't want to play CVS. I don't want to play Third Strike. I don't want to play Marvel. So, you want to go see your friends and whatnot, but it's like, fuck it, I'll go next year and see my friends, or I'll go another time.
Yeah, you got to have something to gather all the friends around, You're not just going to sit around and have dinner with one another. You got to have something that you guys all enjoy and you want to gather around and play.
Well, that was actually part of my argument.
Or Smash
that was part of my
items
argument
just doesn't do that for a lot of people.
I'm personally going to Evolution 2009 because of the new games. Because I know there's going to be at least a few.
2.
So I want to see that in person.
For
high level
everybody's sake,
play.
I hope it's new games, yo.
I mean, I'm hoping it's new games, and I mean, I want to talk
Better
to
be
Hunter
new
about
games.
this because I mean, I understand that there's going to be people that he's going to get hate left and right if they really do go through all lineup. But I think it's good for the business, and I think it's good for the community. We need to move forward. I mean, there's really nowhere else to say it. We got to move forward. We can't be sitting back and just keep on doing the same shit every year.
Like Barack Obama.
Huh?
Change like Barack Obama.
No, I mean, yeah, seriously. I mean, we're gonna do. I mean, you know what? If you want to, I'll talk to my family in Chicago. We'll get Barack Obama on the show, and you get him to publicly endorse all of the new titles that are coming out in the next 18 months. That should be at Evolution.
But hold on, you said it's a business, right? So, I mean, I understand the point about, you know, they got to bring in the new games and everything, but you said it's a business, so, you know, they should really be going for what's the most popular. And if for whatever reason all these old games somehow for crazy reason are more popular than all this new stuff, doesn't that mean they got to stick with the old stuff too?
Not necessarily.
Let me explain something. One of the reasons these old games are actually so popular is because they're going to be at the Evolution tournament. So a lot of players keep playing the old games because they want to go to Evolution. So if you told me a year ahead of time they're going to be playing Street Fighter 4, I'll tell you that whole year they'll be playing Street Fighter 4.
Right. Okay. I mean, so here's my point. I mean, even it may be good, it may be profitable for the short term, but it's not going to be profitable for the long term. Eventually, I mean, we're all in our 20s and 30s now that are playing these games. Eventually, real life is going to take over, and it's going to slip.
Yeah, I mean,
at some point you're going to have to address the fact that, hey, we're going to have to move forward with new games.
Yeah.
There's just nowhere else around it.
That's true.
We have to turn the page.
If Brawl, if Brawl doesn't get a lot of people, all right? Let's say Brawl gets like 50 people or something like that, something really small, where it's just mostly SRK people. Do you think they would drop it for next year?
Possibly,
or
because
do you think...
let me tell you why they think that. Is because I think if I'm in charge of a business, I'm not going to be held hostage by a group of people. So if they're not going to do it, I mean, because here's why I said is, you know what, it's still, you're still going there for, I mean, the money is the same. Oh, they're not telling me it's not the same, but I mean, you're still there. I mean, yeah, you're gonna play a game that has items in it. I mean, can't we all just look at the bigger picture and say, you know what, if we make a good showing here, we will have more leverage to ask about changing the rules. If you boycott Evolution, I don't see how you're going. You're trying to say, you know what, we're not going to come. I mean, I don't know if that's ever worked like that. I mean, it's just.
Well, I don't think we're not just not going because just out of spite. People who really want to play the game, they'll still go. They're not going to not go just because there's some kind of boycott. And there really isn't a boycott. It's just like some people are complaining too much and are yelling around the boards that you should boycott it. But Smash boards haven't organized any kind of boycott or anything.
I don't know, man. It sounds pretty serious.
Whoever comes is coming because they like it. Whoever doesn't come is not coming because they don't like it. So I'm saying it can go two ways. If all the people show up from Smash ports, then EVO can take that and think, oh, we can do whatever we want.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily, because when you guys get there, you guys can go up to Ponder or Inkblot and say, hey, listen, we're here because we want to support you guys. But at the same time, can you help us out a bit? Like, we really don't like these rules. See, there, you know what? If you show up in person, believe me, it would make a whole lot more of an impact than if you was, I'm not talking about you personally, but if people boycott it and don't go at all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying is, I scratch your back, you scratch mine type of thing.
But, I mean, that's true, but that requires a level of faith in the people at EVO, and, I mean, what have they really, they haven't given us any faith. They pretty much have ignored everything we said about Smash. I mean, not even just about items, even about things like how do you
don't
do
say
counterfeit
they, because
stages, or how
Wizard.
you
Wizard does not speak for
what
the
stages should be legal. I mean, all of that, all of our stuff was thrown out of the window.
Remember, be careful with they, because Wizard does not speak for the canon.
Yeah, it was Mr. Wizard. You really need to, like, I still think you guys need to go speak with Ponder, like directly speak with Ponder about it, because like you never know what can be worked out right now.
Honestly, like,
even if you don't go this year. Even if you don't go this year, next year you can have your. If it makes it next year, you have the right rules right off the bat.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if they have it next year and it's items off, and that requires people like Mr. Wizard to admit that they were wrong, and all that goes along with that. Likely is that going to happen?
Oh, he's been owned before. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the first time.
Last year when Guilty Gear was going to be there, when Guilty Gear wasn't going to be there. And he was laughing at us, and we were like talking a lot of shit to Wizard. And then finally we all talked to Ponder, and we talked to Ink, and then he came on the show and said it'll be there, but it's gonna be a team format. And basically, you know, Wizard was like everybody was laughing, but you know, at the end we made Wizard like a fool, right?
Okay. That's a good point. It's just that, you know, I don't know, they set up that SRK thread, and there was Mr. Wizard posted the rules, and he said if you argue about the rules in an immature manner, then you're going to be banned, no questions. But, you know, in that thread, that rule seemed to pretty much only apply to people who he thought were from Smashboards. So, I mean, there's just kind of like this ingrained hatred of people from Smashboards at SRK, and, you know, for no good reason other than, you know, they think we don't know what they're talking about. So I feel like even if we do talk to the higher-ups, it's still going to get, you know, one-upped by people who are at SRK and they complain about us.
Well, I mean,
I just gave up 2.
I mean, I understand your point. You know, honestly.
I mean, I guess there's no reason not to try, just to give it a shot, but that's just like
I mean, you know what? You know what? Let's look at it this way. If you do it the way I said to do it, and just show up and show your support, I mean, it would be sort of hard for the candidates not to say, take your word for it. I mean, you made it. Like, you put yourself on the line there. You say you made it happen. You did your part. So I have a hard time believing that Ink and Ponder are just going to turn your back on you right when you made the trip there. I don't see that happening.
All right, but do they? I mean, some of the arguments for items and no items, it's kind of esoteric things about competitive gaming. I mean, do these people? I mean, do the guys know a lot about gaming? Are these arguments gonna have a lot of weight with them? Or do I just have to argue from the standpoint of, look, if you play by these rules, you're going to get, maybe 100 more people than you would normally get. So what's the better approach with these guys?
I don't know, like, what the community, like, basically Smashboards, it covers, let me see, last year, I forgot what was the numbers last year for EVO World, but it was a pretty outstanding number. And guaranteed it was like 90% was from Smashboards.
Right.
So from there, that's saying something that Smashboards are interested. And, and then they look at the rules, there was no items.
Right.
They allowed wobbling, which I believe y'all was debating over at Smashboards about wobbling. But,
but I agree with most of the. I mean, if you ask a lot of random people in the Smashboards community, they don't really like wobbling. But most of the people who are experienced,
they can deal
don't
with it.
ban wobbles, and so that's kind of one point where, SRK and the higher ups at Smashboards kind of agree with one another about as far as banning techniques. Right.
Right.
But at EVO the previous year, they didn't take Melee and say, okay, we're going to do this our way and just ignore everything that Smashboards came up with, which they could have done. So I don't see what's so different, why they had to do that with Brawl and just
argument. So
ignore.
That's what I was trying to get at.
So with that, again, with that argument and with the fact that they had the second highest turnout, so you can use that. You definitely can use that in saying, well, listen to me, guys. Had the argument. We had these the rules that we agreed upon, the community agreed upon last year, and look what happened. Now the rules have changed to rules that we don't agree with. Now it may have impact the amount of people that may show up. But I will still hope that you guys, because if you guys don't, if there's no meaningful turnout on Brawl, then it's gonna get dropped and then poof. That's it with Super Smash Brothers.
And it seems to me that if Smashboards doesn't show up, then it's not gonna be around next year. But I do think that there will be some a few big names from the Smash community that go out and try to win the money just because, you know, it's $5,000 or whatever it is, and you know, they can always use that, and the payout's probably not going to be $1,000 at any other Smash tournament this summer. So I think you still get some big names, but you know, nothing close to what you get ordinarily.
Right.
You know, I'm from California, so I might make the trip.
Like, yo, like, honestly, yo,
Cali.
like, you know, none of us are against your argument. You know, we understand
Right.
what you're coming from. We're not against it. It's just that, you know, if something like this would happen, in our opinion, you know, we just like, yo, we just deal with it and, you know, try our best. You know, I understand if you lose because of the randomness, yeah, of course that's gonna hurt. You know, but
Yeah.
hey, you know what I'm saying, we gotta live with it, but I understand, but, oh crap. Yo, hold on, y'all, go ahead and talk, my girl's
Sure.
on the phone.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, so
I'm sorry,
what,
I had to
are you guys all SRK people, or you guys go to Smashboards at all?
No, in fact, well, I mean, I know that D-Nice plays Smash some, but other than that, I don't think anyone else plays it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been to Smashboards a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, I only signed up for an account on SRK when the whole rules thing came up, but you know, I play other games besides Smash, just not as religiously. And you know, I like to think that I know a little bit about other competitive games besides Smash too, because I mean, I don't know if you guys have heard of Scamp. He's this guy on the East Coast or the West Coast in California. He's been on SRK for like 5 years, or if not more. Same with Smash. So you know, I talked to him a lot about you know, issues in other 2D fighters and stuff at EVO. So I know a little bit, you know, about what goes on at SRK.
Yeah, the main problem is that people look at Smash and they try to look at it from the same perspective as every other fighter. So that's everybody's opinion is different.
Yeah, well, part of that is because, you know, SRK, a lot of people just look at Smash and say, oh, it's a party game, you know, the end, we're not going to play it. And, you know, and the response from Smashboards people are like, no, it's just a 2D fighter, any other 2D fighter. And, you know, really it's not either one. It's just kind of in the middle. No use, like, putting a label on it. It just kind of is what it is. And, you know, we got to figure out our own way how to go about, you know, again, it's just that whole thing about there's so many different ways you got to play it. And, you know, that's not really the case with most of the other 2D fighters. So, you know, it takes a lot of investigation. And, you know, Smashboards has got a lot more experience in turning strange-ass games where you know, knock people off the ceiling or into the sides. We've got more experience turning that into an actual competitive game than, you know, the rest of SRK does. So, I mean, they got, you know, the monopoly on 2D fighters and everything like that. But when it comes to, you know, just taking these crazy games and making competitive, you know, I think they should bow to our experience.
All right, so I want to change the topic a little bit.
Sure.
I mean, I wanted to talk a little bit about the lineup for next year, only because, you know, it's one of those things where, man, they have so many choices. I mean, we don't have to talk about Street Fighter 4. We don't need to talk about Super Turbo HD. It's pretty much guaranteed that those games are that's gonna be two of the games next year. But you think that next year, I mean, I'm actually happy that I'm actually asking this of people that don't play, that most of the people here don't play King of Fighters, but you think that next year should be the year that we actually introduce a King of Fighters as one of the games?
If it's good.
Well, I don't know how popular it is in the rest of the country, but there's, you know, even just in the Smash community, which, you know, most Smashers, well, I don't want to say most, but if you compare Smashers to other 2D fighters, you know, you get a higher percentage of people that only play Smash compared to, 2D fighter players that like only play Third Strike or something like that. But even then, you know, I know, you know, maybe 3 or 4 people that play King of Fighters just in Northern California and just in the Smash community. So it seems like, you know, again, from my limited experience, that it's pretty popular. So, you know, and it's always good to test out a new franchise. So it sounds like King of Fighters would be a good addition to me.
Yeah, we have to wait to see how it is, really.
Right. I mean, this is not. Remember, this is all
Just a speculation.
assuming that the games are actually decent. If the games are decent, then obviously that's something different. But
Well, it should be.
You know, this reminds me of a little bit, Ben, with the Smash thing going on. Call of Duty 4, because you know that game has perks, right? It has perks, and it has a bunch of different ways you can set up your character. And the perks are like little upgrades that you can use in your character. And there's so many different weapons in the game. So, you know, the argument with Call of Duty was, okay, what perks do we allow in competitive play? What maps do we allow? And really, it got, like, the arguments and the thread started. It went on for a long time. And even now, there's a lot of different leagues that will run certain perks that other leagues won't. So it's kind of like Smash. Like, there's a certain way. Like, if you play Call of Duty with those perks and without it, it's a completely different game. You can't shoot through the walls like you can. You know, you can't, like, you know, you got certain perks that let you, like, get closer to the ground and shit like that. So if you play with certain rule sets, it really is a different game. So I can understand where he's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, like, if you have a league right now that starts, like, a new league of Call of Duty comes out right now, and they're trying to get all these new players, but they actually decide to run against the players and do their own type of rules and, like, you know, allow everything in the game, it's gonna fail. Simple as that.
I mean, I don't know. It just, like, yes, I'm not saying that the Smash Bros. Is not doing anything about the situation. I seen them post, and you know, they make, like, about a good majority of them are making good points, but some of them are just being assholes and just being childish about it. But some of them are being,
you know,
like,
I mean, but you're gonna get that
for the assholes
everywhere you look, right?
Yeah, you're gonna get that, of course. You're gonna get that from some people, but
Yeah,
you know,
right.
but,
You
like,
always
most people,
gotta account for the
they be
assholes in
adults
there,
about it,
but-
like, yo, listen, like, the Smash community, you know, we're accustomed to this set of rules that was made, like, not only for fairness, you know, to make it more, you know, competitive, and if you say Wizards, like, just ignoring you guys, yeah, but I mean, I'm sorry, you know. I mean, but yeah, they talked to Ponda and Inklock, Tony and Tom Cannon, those two guys, they actually listen to the people. That's actually when EVO was
Ink
fun,
is
like,
kind of a dick, though. I know if he's listening, he's really kind of a dick, but it's okay.
but he'll listen though. He'll definitely listen about it. He'll listen. Like EVO 2K4, that was like the last good EVO in my opinion, yo. Because that, I mean.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go out and get dinner. Hey, thanks for talking to me about all this stuff.
No
good
problem,
talking.
man. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you,
All right,
thank
good
you,
one.
man. Hey, they have a good day, man.
Hey, you too. See ya.
Peace. I know a lot of people going, woo, we finally got off of I was reading some people that were like, oh my god. But you know, it's kind of funny though because
It's an important discussion. Though.
It is.
It kind of affects the future rules for other games too, man. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Right. I mean, I thought it was a valid discussion. That's why I let it go on so long. You know, it's like, because I mean, I think Keith was thinking that I had something against having long discussions. But if I have a certain agenda that I want to achieve, then I want to cut it short. You know, because like even though he was talking for a long time, he didn't hijack the show.
No, he was
pretty reasonable.
point going.
I mean, Triforce though.
Oh
man, you know.
Triforce and Dark Geese. Oh god. Triforce. Yeah, shout out to Triforce though, man. They went to something. They went to some place, for Guinness World Record of most points in a video game or whatever. Hey, good shit to them though. They actually did it. So.
Be careful, man. You might call up.
And so you know.
Nah, he would have called up. Nah, he would have called up a long time ago. About this, he would have called up a long time ago. If he heard.
yeah, if he was alive, he would have called up.
Yeah,
I was just thinking though, man. I mean, one thing that will make me reconsider going to EVO, if they don't have Tatsunoko versus Capcom in this out, and the game is good, I'm gonna have a fit.
Might be kind of hard though, you know. Depending
How's it
on
gonna be
what kind of
hard?
release it gets.
It's not coming out here, obviously, but
But who cares?
it's just an obstacle that I'll have to overcome, obviously.
But what?
But
I mean, if
if
it's
it's
region
good
free,
enough,
what
it's still
problem is it? It's just
I don't think you can automatically put in. I think you gotta wait until the community shows enough interest in it. You know.
Oh, that won't
You
be
can't,
too.
you
That
can't
won't take
announce
long.
it's in there without the community already showing the interest in the game.
I don't think that. I don't think
Like
that
I
will
think
take long at
right
all.
now at this very moment you can announce Street Fighter 4 for EVO 2K9 because you have confidence it's gonna be played in the community. But you can't announce that game.
About Street Fighter 4, the only thing I don't like is the jumping, yo. It just looks so.
Actually, in the
I
latest
hated
videos,
was the
jumping
sweeping.
didn't annoy me as much. In the latest videos, I wasn't as annoyed by the jumping as I was in the earlier videos.
yeah,
I guess the speed seemed a little different. That's why.
Yo, El Forte, aka Ramon and shit, you know what I'm saying, doing some.
And
AKA El Blaze.
aka Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio. Nah, he plays just like Ramon, yo. I'm like, oh my god.
I don't know, but he doesn't have the drop kick though, right? The combo drop kick, and like you can like fake it and keep comboing fierces.
I think he has drop kick.
Wait, but can he cancel it? So you know how
I don't
Ramon he can hit you with the fierce, then he can cancel the dash back and then hit you another fierce. That shit is so awesome.
I don't know.
Oh! I have a question. That Super Turbo
Yes.
HD combo video, can that be done in the regular Super Turbo?
No.
Some of it. Ken's combos can't.
They can or can't?
DJ's combos can, and Ryu's combo you can.
I was just
They
like,
got a
I was
combo
just
video for
interested though
Super
that
Turbo
he can
HD?
juggle.
Where?
He can juggle someone in the air with a
Where's
Dragon
that?
Punch, and he lands
On the
before they do.
Capcom blog.
Capcom blog, okay.
Yeah.
It won't be on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. all the-
But they have a link to it on there, the video on the blog.
Okay.
I'm just saying
What's
this,
the website?
like, man. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but Ken is looking hella buff in Super Turbo HD.
Yeah, they had some weird shit in that video.
Invincible Dragon Punch on a strong and jab. Ooh, goodness.
Put it in our IRC channel. You can watch it in high definition. I mean, high quality on YouTube now. Just click on a high quality.
Alright.
link.
I'm gonna take a look at it right quick.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, let me look at it. They don't see. When it came out though.
I know GJ can do that. Yeah, I know he can do that too. See that second Ken combo on Kuma. I want it. Yeah, this is the one I'm talking about. The one over you was just nothing but Dragon Punches.
Yeah.
Damn, Ken.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
See, that's why my main is Ken
Can't
now,
do a
man.
double
You see
show
why I
you
learned
can.
them? Third
I
strike
can't
that
believe
shit.
Ken doing double show you can, yo.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, man, you shoot, man. If you jump at Ken, man, you liable to lose 70% of your life. I mean,
Main issue though is that you gotta be really high from the start to jump.
Oh, I see what he did. Well, you did a jumping.
He had a hurricane kick.
Yo, yo,
Goodness.
it looks so sick. So sick.
So
Can't
if the
wait till
game does not come out,
it's like not even Super Turbo. It's called Super straight HD now.
but you know what? So they're saying that if the game ain't out before July, they're going with the Dreamcast version.
Yeah, but they're doing the beta starting next week, so
yeah,
it's
that's
not.
what I'm saying. I mean, but this is not like a brand new game though. I still think you should have a tournament even if it came out the week before the tournament, because I mean it's still Street Fighter, and for most of the people that plays top tier, it's the top tier really hasn't changed all that much. There's been changes, but it's not like the game is foreign though.
I don't know. After seeing that combo video to see what Ken can do, I'm curious to see what other characters can do, and it might be different enough to actually,
Yo,
learn
Ken
that.
does
But at the
double-
same time,
Ken
it'd be really
does
fun to
double
have
show
day
you,
one
so.
tournament.
It's
Like, it
definitely.
wouldn't be the first time though, right? Like there's games that come out on the very first day they have tournaments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do that in
Yeah.
Japan. And it's fun. Like it might be fun to actually do that. Maybe not as a main tournament, maybe even as like a side tournament. You know, something
Yeah,
that,
but that's what I think. I think the side tournament for HD is gonna be like rocking the. It's gonna be rocking the shit. because everyone is going to be like trying out the improved characters, because I know a lot of people out there are going to try to play Ken. I know a lot of people out there that's probably going to try to play Blanca. There's going to be a lot of people out there that's going to try to play T-Hawk. I mean, Fei Long looks like one. They said according to Sterling, they broke Fei Long. They had to scale him back some because he was able to do like a loop on your ass and you can't do nothing about it with that flying kick.
Oh yeah, because like really, he's really good now. He's like there's like tiny things that keeps him from being really good. Tiny little it's like little tiny changes that would make him too good in the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Same with Cammy too.
It's interesting. It's sort of messed up though, because I understand what Sterling was talking about. It's like, man, it's either all or nothing sometimes. If you give them this ability, they're going to be borderline unbeatable. Which I almost say go, but you know what? In a sense like that, I would say, well, go ahead and give it to them, but just don't do anything to the top tier characters. Just leave them as they are.
No, but I don't like that because some of the top tier stuff is so fucking annoying, like the throw loops and shit. It's so ridiculously easy too. Like if Rog only has the throw loop tweaked, I would be like so happy. Even though he doesn't really beat me like that, it's
so I guess they'll have more juggles than usual. That's really good, yo.
Well, no, only Ken is gonna have juggles, and Sagat's gonna have juggles if Tiger Knee juggles. Who else? I think that's gonna be the only guy that juggles. Maybe Sim should juggle, right? That'd be a real fucking asshole move.
Wait a minute, it's the beta online?
Yeah,
the beta's
online beta. For 360.
Yeah, you're gonna play online. It's gonna be online play beta. That's the whole point of it, is to test the network.
Yeah, it's Canon and View, and they're stress testing the netcode and whatnot. But yeah.
Now, hey, if the netcode turns out to be shit, we need to like go, we need to do a power driver and like really hammer on that topic that we started on Capcom's board. And like, we see, it failed. Really?
Like, we were right. Listen to us. But yeah.
If the netcode sucks, they're gonna delay the game again.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind.
To 2010.
Yeah, if they delay and just to fix it and make it better, yeah, I won't mind.
Nope. I do not mind never do I mind them delaying the games. If it's for, if it's because the game doesn't up to par. I rather, because it's just the only thing about it though is that I would like to see. I'm sure that Ponder does too. I like to see what the netcode ultimately turns out to be like. Is it closer to GGPO, or is it closer to Chimera, or something totally?
And what's the thing of that? Whether Duke Nukem Forever will come out before STHE. No, they had gameplay footage of Duke Nukem Forever finally released.
Yeah, it's on that net show. I can't remember what it's called.
So that's like, what the fuck, man? That's one thing I never thought I'd ever see.
Oh, I want to address something. No, I don't think Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 needs to be an evolution next year. Thank you. The game
What about Mortal Kombat versus DC?
Huh?
What about Mortal Kombat versus DC?
No.
Primal Rage.
What if it actually?
Really,
everybody's shitting on that game already, right? We're all shitting on it because we know it's not gonna have fatalities, and we shit on Mortal Kombat basically just automatically.
No, the only reason
the game is actually fun.
But you know what? The reason why we shit on it because we know that the gameplay it's been shit for the last 18 versions of it.
Yeah, but we know that this time it's on a new engine, and they're really gonna try to tweak it some. And they might accidentally make it fun, like the way Marvel's accidentally fun.
Or Fighter's History,
Okay, you go play your Sub-Zero.
But wouldn't that be funny though? Because we all shit on the game right now. But what if it comes out and it's better than any game that's out? It beats Street Fighter and fucking.
If I do that, I will show up at Evolution wearing nothing but my socks.
You better not say that, man, because you're gonna end up doing that shit and it's gonna be depressing.
Why is it gonna be depressing?
But I don't want to see that when I walk in.
Because they're gonna arrest you.
Arrest you for what?
Like the full time you're arrested for being naked with your socks on.
You know what? Then that's a civil rights violation. I'll fight that in court.
Oh God.
I have the right for my penis to swing free.
Not on private property.
Oh, especially not. Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll show up there later. They're gonna say something like, "Okay, I'm gonna go put my shit. I'm gonna go. I'm going to go to upstairs to my room and put my clothes on, and I'm going to take the long way.
You know what was funny? Ski had said something stupid. He's like, yo, for like $100, he'll go to EVO, and on the first day he'll just show up in nothing but his boxes. And Wizard was like, right away, I'll take that bet. And now he won't let him live it down. So now either Ski is gonna fuck up and not do it, or we're gonna see Ski in his boxes on Friday. That's gonna be. I don't know how to feel about that.
I can see Wizard right now. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules.
Oh.
No comment.
Man.
No comment.
Oh man. Now he regrets ever saying that, but he should do it next year so that you can show up with in your sock. He can be in his boxes.
Yo,
no, that gives the wrong idea.
Yo,
we all show up at the same time, you know. No.
Yeah.
But you can make an art statement. He'll be like in his boxes. You'll be in your socks and have somebody else show up in just a t-shirt.
It'll be performance art.
Yo, the biggest hype, yo, is the basketball money match, yo.
What?
Basketball money match? What's that?
Hey, you know about the basketball money match?
No.
Oh, what's going on?
Wes is playing Focus. Wes is from, Wes. He hangs out with Ruin and them. Like, they say he's godlike in basketball. So Focus, I know Focus personally from New York. He posted on SRK, he played Marvel. And he was like, I put 2 and 2 for like 2 G's, yo, straight up.
2 G's?
So in Las Vegas, they're gonna find a basketball court and play a 2-on-2 basketball. I believe it was Focus and Epidemic versus West and I think Sue Mighty. I'm not sure. I think Potter's in it too. I think Potter's gonna be in it too. I don't know. It's gonna be hype, yo.
Potter, what the fuck are you gonna do? Be a ref?
I know, but
Man, I keep on saying it.
Yo, man, these dudes think they and white men can't jump in real life or some shit. It better be a lot of shit talk.
Yo, I put any money. Focus got him, yo. Like, trust me, I know who's good. Yeah, I seen Focus play, man. He really good.
Man, that's some crazy. I mean, man, that's just convincing, man. People just like to gamble.
Yeah, they don't care what it is. Man, you know what? I said, if the lightning hits that bowl over there, you gonna give me $200.
Hey, yo, look, if I it's like, look, I'm gonna shoot this paper ball, right? I'm gonna shoot it in the trash bin. If I make it, you gotta give me $500.
I still think that they should put a boxing ring inside of EVO.
No.
Man, come on, man, that would be hype.
Yo,
that would not turn out well.
Somebody would be rich and somebody would be poor. That's all
all I know is, I was just thinking about going upon them and say, hey, you just take 10% off the top.
Yo, I'll fight in a boxing ring at EVO.
I mean, it's not like we're gonna have any shortage of contestants. I mean, we could finally put what's that
Dark
dude?
Prince.
We could put Dark Prince in a ring versus the East Coast player that's in the military.
Josh Wigfall.
Yeah, put him in a. Finally, we can end it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Josh Wigfall.
That's a different weight class, man.
You on some drugs, yo.
Nah, you gotta have weight classes, man. You can't just put them in together.
A skinny guy versus a guy that been to Iraq and shit.
I mean, but still, though, I mean, it's a rivalry. I mean, I know they're probably weight class, and I'm forget that. I mean, I'm saying that you should have, certain people. I mean, I certainly want to see what's his face, Dark Prince's right hand man.
Mike Chaos.
Mike Chaos. Put him in the ring with Tay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that shit.
And I was like, now that is gonna be fun to watch.
You'd be the only nigga in the boxing ring with a fucking jacket on and some shades.
You're gonna need them shades because he's
what the fuck you doing, man? What you gonna box with a jacket on and some shades? Yeah.
Yo, I swear to God, why did Mike Chaos look like the fucking character off the Matrix, yo? Got on a trench coat,
man.
He got on a trench coat with the shades. I'm like, it's pretty hot. It was pretty hot in Vegas, was it not? I was like,
thought he was in a movie for real. So and they had the camera on him too. You probably really thought he was being filmed for a movie.
Really, all that shit he talk about Yipes. He should play Yipes in the money match in Marvel, but I know he ain't gonna do that because he's
not stupid. I gotta give him credit for that. He's not dumb. I'm not gonna play him for money. I'll talk shit too, but I'm not gonna play Yikes for money.
Yo, poor Eric, poor Eric.
What happened to Eric?
Who got Eric's MySpace? If you have Eric's MySpace,
oh my gosh, that's a sick ass joke. Oh.
Yo, if you have Eric's MySpace, then you would know exactly what happened.
Okay.
But nah, it's like, from what I was told, him and his girlfriend, we all know who his girlfriend was. Him and his girlfriend, I don't know. There was rumors that he called her fat, and she went ballistic and shit and scratched him up, and they had a fight. That's all I heard.
Is that real? Are you being for real?
No, I'm serious. I had the pictures. Hold on. I'll show you a picture of
someone scratched up Pretty Boy Smooth. Oh man, he gonna be mad.
Yeah, he's pretty mad, yo. Like there was rumors that it was posted on SRK. I didn't see it, so. But yeah, I don't know. But then after that, he went to CTF and played Marvel. And for every bad thing that happened, you just end up just go play Marvel. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. When I read that bulletin that she posted under his name, I was fucking dying. That shit was funny. This how the title was, like, attention everybody. I just want everybody to know that I have a baby dick. I'm like, what?
Oh my goodness.
Is that Eric? Let me read this shit.
So what's the newest drama in the SRK community? You know, there's always some.
Newest drama?
I don't think there's been much drama. I think everybody's been hype over the new game footages that's been coming out.
Oh, no. Remember Jimmy Bones? Jimmy Bones.
What?
Jimmy Bones. Alright, you know what happened in Sunday Mall, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He goes on, tell me how he goes on, doing the same shit. I have to, hold on. We have it right here. I'm gonna show you the link. He goes on saying, this is my girlfriend. Damn, she made my favorite food, macaroni. And then I was like, she looked familiar as fuck. I think I've seen her from somewhere. But another guy posted like, yo, I have her MySpace right here. And you're not in the same area. I was like, oh my god, here we go again. And then I was like, wait, let me go to my MySpace and this shit. Because I think I had one of her fake profiles. I'm like, oh shit, that's a different person too. And she in Miami. So I'm like, oh shit, that's from... He got caught with the same shit that he just saw. And then the funny thing is, he goes on saying, damn, that's pathetic, son. Oh, you doing this shit? I'm like, Jimmy Bones. Jimmy. You need a link, though.
Hey, by the way, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Hey, you know, online, I was just going to random people. I offered a money match to some dude named Pyro. Is he any good?
I think I played his ass. I don't know, man. I think he's good. He's cool. He sucks at every game except...
Everyone's being coy. Okay, if he's a top player, please tell me he's a top player.
What game you want to play him in?
I doubt it.
Third Strike.
Yeah, Third Strike.
He sucks at that. Go ahead, play him for like 500.
Okay, obviously you being sarcastic. All right. So he's a top player, basically.
He's okay.
He's okay.
All the Brazilians out there. To all the Brazilians out there, I'm sorry. That's it.
And I actually listened to when you said that, but I avoided it. I swear to God, I took that shit serious.
Listen, cause no, he paying me, right? Right, accents, that's one of them. He paying me a damn essay. I don't even feel like reading that shit. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, hell no.
It's like, is he serious? Is he serious? I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and make a public apology so they can leave me alone. And then another guy, Fort Knox, you know, basically what he said is like, yo, man, not all Brazilians shit, but I was pissed off at the point. But I wasn't pissed at him. I was pissed off at the situation. I'm like, all right. But, yeah, so I'm like, you know what? Let me do this shit. It's a good ass read anyway. No, you know what? Hold on. Before I do that, let me show you the link.
Hey, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to make some purple stuff.
What?
You need to leave that purple stuff alone, man. I stopped fucking with that purple stuff.
Drink? What?
Yeah,
Yeah, you still make purple drink, man. I used to make purple drink. Now I make sugarless. I make sugar-free drinks now.
What?
Yeah, I stopped
Right,
drinking
here we
sugar.
go. There we go. There you go. I found it. Alright. I'm gonna focus on RC. And there we go. Alright, there we go. It's on IRC channel. Go ahead and read.
Single post. Okay.
Porn. Another news, you watching Boston spanking that ass? 74-59. What's good?
I know Jay is mad right now, man. Let me see what Jay is talking about.
Yeah, man. His birthday present was a Lakers loss. Ain't that something? Like, happy birthday, Jay. By the way, Lakers are losers. Fuck the Knicks. That's your Boston. That would be Boston's new team. Like, Boston's new name. Fuck the Knicks.
Say the Boston, fuck the Knicks. I like.
I could have imagined Boston, fuck the Knicks.
What's up with these dudes? They're gonna be spending some time actually trying to get chicks. What the fuck is this up? What's up with this shit?
I don't know,
Let me ask you
man.
guys a question about Soul Calibur, guys. I know you guys saw they added a new character for both versions now. You think gonna allow him in tournaments?
Oh, he's in.
If the game is actually tournament worthy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doctor?
They added someone's apprentice. I can't remember. Who.
Yeah, they put Darth Vader's apprentice in the game for both versions.
Yeah, he's
So
in both
he'll
versions.
be in both games. I don't know if he'll be broken.
No,
Darth Vader is broken as shit.
But if he's like a hidden or character, probably not.
Well, he's supposed to be a chooser. I guess he's gonna be like, if he was gonna be a hidden character, they probably wouldn't have said anything right away. But I'm thinking he's gonna be like just regular character of the game.
That's true. It's just really weird.
It is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty, like, the way they add in shit to that game, it seems like they're like kind of, they don't even give a fuck anymore about the story or characters. It's like, this, like, they just look at a picture and they're like, well, you know, this character looks weird enough, let's put him in the game. Or this character looks like an anime character, put him in the game.
Yeah. They pretty much added all the weird shit they could. Like, they have some super moves now, I think, or insta-kill moves, and armor breaking, and all that stuff. It's ridiculous.
When I saw Darth Vader lifting somebody off the ground with his fucking force choke, then comboing off of it, I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then comboing off of it again right afterwards. So basically, land a hit, land a knockdown, you win the game.
I like it. Easy game.
I hope they announce Killer Instinct 3. That'd be so fucking hilarious. Like, this would be like, they should just start announcing every fighting game like this year.
Every fighting game ever. Yeah.
Yeah, just fucking Fighters Mega Mix 2. Fucking.
Yes.
Like, go ahead, just announce Tekken 7. Just to announce it.
Yeah, it's not coming for 4 years, but yeah, here it's announced.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's announcing fighters right now, and like all the fighting games are getting hyped because like, oh shit, we got no new fighting games, and all of a sudden we got like 15 million new fighting games coming out.
It's so great. Let's see what else. What other games could they announce? I'm thinking here.
Damn, his apprentice looks kind of dope.
Yo, where is that Shaq Fu? I've been waiting for so long for Shaq Fu 2. What the hell?
You'll be waiting a while longer.
Yeah, you can email Shaq and maybe he'll do it done, you know.
It would be fan made, like Shut Up and Jam Guide.
Shaq Fu 2 and Kobe will be the boss, yo. That would be hot.
Maybe that's what Shaq is waiting for, right? Wouldn't that be ironic if Shaq was waiting for one person to email him and ask for a second one?
Shaq
all
versus
he's been waiting
Kobe,
for.
yo. Shaq versus Kobe.
I hate you, Kobe.
Climb that tree, climb that tree. Alright. Hey man, I was like bored as shit, right? Sitting, and I saw there's something called Super Mario Brothers Z.
Z?
Yes, that is the hottest shit I'm gonna show you. That's like the hottest shit known to man, yo. The way how they play that out, and then they featured Sonic in it too. So I'm like, okay, you know, looking pretty interesting. And then I looked at it, I was like, damn, yo. I'm gonna just go to picture the episode 2. Yeah, fight really starts. Alright. Super Mario.
They should just announce another tournament fighter game, right?
Yeah. Oh,
And then just show the famous
Ninja
right?
Turtles game, yeah. And do that one.
Okay, guys.
Tournament fighters.
I'm about to go watch some Star Trek while I eat my hamburger helper and drink my purple juice.
So what?
So I'll catch you guys
gonna
on the
watch
flip
Star
side.
Trek?
Thank you, everybody, for coming in.
All right.
Alright, yo.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, alright, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like beat off my meat or something. Yeah.
Excellent.
Super Mario Brothers.
Excellent.
Hey,
Okay.
don't forget, reboot, new season.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't know when that shit coming out, but whatever. Alright, Joe, but I'm going back on IRC. Alright, Ben, you be easy, man. Enjoy your drink.
Take it easy.
Alright.
Bronson sucks.
Oh, God damn it.